instead. Zack is on the attack. He doesn't eat meat. He can't be beat. He doesn't need a girl to rock his world.
Okay. Right. Caroline on the Facebook. Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you, Caroline, on the Facebook.
She's exactly right about that.
He needs a honey, but won't dare share his money.
That's just facts right there.
Similac Zack just cut him some slack. You know it's whack when she ain't called him back.
Oh, all right.
Like that texter. That was
all right. Here we go.
From yesterday.
There we go.
He's the deacon of the dollar, making women holler only once every 2 to 3 weeks, because he got to keep on eating them leeks.
He's got a smile on his cheeks.
Making women holler every 2 to 3 weeks with a big old smile on his veggie-tailed cheeks. Yes. Okay, I got you. It's good to workshop these things. Work it out.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's right. He sometimes, to get healthy, he goes on a little fasty. Every 2 to 3 weeks, he likes to get nasty.
Okay. Riding his bike is a nice escape for him. Every 2 to 3 weeks, he'll see her again.
Now, see, listen. Can I give you just a little tip here?
Go ahead.
You're challenging yourself. Like you gotta work backwards. You gotta work for the backwards from the rhyme you want, and then you know, when you're doing that freestyle, you can't just get out there on that limb, because then you're in trouble. You got to go backwards. You got to say, you know, like, it'd be fun. I'm trying to think of a good one right now. Let's see. He don't eat meat. He can't be beat. He don't like feet. He thinks it'd be sweet if you give him a phone call after he eats, about 2 to 3 weeks later. Please leave him a message. You know, he may or may not call you back because he's Similac Zack, and deep personal relationships is something that he's going to lack.
I hope he called that girl or texted that girl yesterday.
Hey, Zack, did you text that girl?
He didn't.
When he's looking at the menu, a salad is next. I hope you're not looking for one of his texts.
Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is none other than Similac Zack. He does have our back. We appreciate that. Zack boy. Good morning, Zack. Did you text that girl?
No, I didn't. Good morning, everybody.
Why can't you text her? Why did you text her? Just send her a text. What's up with that?
It wasn't on my brain when I got done with this with middays. It wasn't on the brain.
Middays isn't harassing you about this girl?
No, like
Greg
actually.
And Eli are giving you,
Greg and Eli.
Greg and Eli. Come on, Greg and Eli.
Come on, guys.
Help us out here.
The ball.
They actually been really nice about it.
Nice about what? The girl? They did that.
No, it's just you know, because
they're not jerks like us.
That's what he's saying.
Good to know.
That's what he's saying.
Good to know. Okay.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I would not say that either. Listen, we're this is for your own good.
Yes.
I'm not enjoying, like, you know, harassing you about this, but this is for your own good. We're doing the hard work here. You know, these are life changes that you got to make. We got your back. This is for your benefit.
100%.
Yeah, so let's do it. This weekend, let's go. You definitely gonna see her on Sunday, maybe, right?
No.
Okay. Well, you're definitely gonna see her this weekend.
No.
Okay.
That's a holiday weekend. They're just conversing, but you need to see her in the next week though.
I will try.
Are you?
I will. if this virus lets.
Well, it's not gonna let up in the next week. I'm gonna tell you that. So
you can see her from a safe distance, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
You could talk to people from outside of a 6 to whatever.
You saw me from a safe distance last week or 2 weeks ago for Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were all there from a safe distance. We all congregated in the backyard.
I'll see what I can do.
Get one of them. Get two of them comfy ass chairs you got and just post up at it in the park.
Yeah. You got that great chair. She gonna love that chair. I was jealous. I saw you. Zack rolled up with it was a big old circular, fluffy looking chair that he just dropped in there. Looked like he was in somebody's den in their house. Just
chair fit for only royalty. When you're the Prince of Whitehaven, you can do it like that.
I mean, most of us are just bringing regular old folding chairs or camping chairs or whatever. And he's got a massive circular cushion thing. Good for you. Get another one of those things. Take those out to the park. You guys can sit in comfort. Just relax. Talk to each other. Text to each other if you're worried about talking. Just be in the same space as each other.
We're texting right next to each other.
Texting right next to each other.
No,
that way you don't have to worry about any of these droplets or whatever.
No.
You're still communicating.
No, that's
personal contact, not literally contact at this point, but seeing each other, being in a similar space to each other. That's a good thing. Don't run away from your feelings.
Run towards them, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Embrace them.
Who said I was running away from them?
Okay.
You're definitely not running towards them now.
Get you some clippers while you're running. Run towards some
Here's
clippers.
your guy right here, okay? Here's your guy right here. Inspire you this morning with my DuckTales.
He doesn't have a chick. That's a wrong person to inspire Zach. It's not a Mrs. Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, there was too.
Who?
Back in the day.
Okay.
If you want Mickey's Christmas Carol, now he messed that up, but he can get her back.
Oh.
He'll get her back.
Yeah, but see that was that one-off type thing, and he didn't end
but
up.
That's
with
because,
her.
but the story assume that he did. He mended his fences, so he's good. That's the inspiration right there, and he used his money for good. And he was still wealthy, Zach. That's the beautiful part. He didn't lose all. He's the more you give away, the more you can share, the more you get. Love is money. It's not a zero-sum game. It's exponential, like virus growth. You give it, and you should. We want the love virus to spread.
Yes, we do.
I mean, not some of the viruses that you spread by certain love contacts. We don't want those to spread.
No.
But those are more lust viruses. We're not so much into those, but the love viruses is what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. That's just the virus of caring and sharing.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Okay, good. All right. I want to make it clear we're not for any other viruses spreading.
No.
We are as a show and as a station, we're against that.
Yes.
So just
against viruses in general.
Other than the love virus.
And the cool viruses that they use to treat cancer patients.
Yes.
Yeah, those.
Yes. And also computer viruses, not into those either.
No. Yeah, I think that's...
Viral videos sometimes are fun. I can...
So now all viruses, just the bad viruses. We're against bad things in general on this
In
show.
general. I've said that before. Yeah. I'm going to stand up for my principles, and I've said it lots of times, and I'll be honest with you. And sometimes it makes people mad, but that's okay. I'm against bad viruses. And that's, I'm not afraid to say it.
Okay.
I'm against people getting sick and dying. I'm against it.
Okay. I'm against not only people getting sick and dying, but people getting sick and feeling a little uncomfortable. I'm also against that.
Yeah.
The runny noses, the one nostril breathing. I'm against that too.
Wow. All right. Pretty strong stand, but I'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
In these tough times. Challenging times. Good. Mm-hmm. Keep challenging people.
Got to
keep
stand
challenging
up.
the status quo.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Exactly right. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That's what I've always
Tear down
said.
these virus statues, man.
Why did we put them up in the first place?
Listen. Take them down.
That was a real mistake.
I mean, I hear you. Like, how will we know about viruses if there are no statues about viruses?
That's a great question.
You're taking down statues about viruses, and that really impacts education. But, I mean, I feel like we know about viruses at this point.
Tear down that smallpox statue.
Please.
Why do we have to see it in the park every time we go to the park?
Every time. It
killed a lot of people. Killed a lot of people.
Park. Like we can't be
history, not hate.
Hepatitis B high school. Like, come on, man.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's take that down.
That sound like
plague.
That sound like a high school off of Osmosis Jones. Honestly,
We need Osmosis. We need Osmosis Jones too.
gotta bring him back.
Got to.
Bubonic plague, Black Death.
Like, come on, man. We can change the name of these mascots. You can't be the Detroit Black Deaths. Like, there's no need for the Memphis Yellow Fevers. Like, we don't want to do that. Come on. It's time for some of these things to change.
We're going to spin that wheel of conversation, which I'm excited about, as we help to push change over the line. There's another segment I'm working on, and we'll see if we can work it in today. We may have to work it in tomorrow. We shall see, or not tomorrow. We won't work in segment in tomorrow, Monday. Tomorrow we're going to work in the segment about 4th of July and fireworks and all that stuff. But no, I spent a lot of time last night, CJ, exploring. I've done this before, but I really got into it. I fell deep into the hole. Have you ever looked on? You know what Cameo is?
I've heard of it. I'm not familiar with it.
Cameo is a site where
you can get celebrities to read messages.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
And we're going to, on a regular basis, some of these, you can't believe some of the people that are on Cameo.
Okay.
It is, and how much money you get and what you get for this.
Okay.
Some of these are incredible on a positive side, and some of these are incredible on a negative side. Some people are out here. This is a money-making opportunity that is unbelievable. You hear some of these. If you ever want to hear Brandon Clark, for example, half-heartedly wish you happy graduation, and you'd like to pay $85 for that, then I got a website for you.
Oh.
If you want to hear Chuck Norris, we may play Chucks. Chucks are $300 for Chuck Norris to basically read off of the cue cards a very bad joke very slowly. If you'd like to hear that, let me know.
Are they Chuck Norris jokes?
Yes.
Yes.
They are terrible.
Yes.
And it's awful. If you would like Bun B to send you a message, you can do that on Cameo. Yes.
UGK Bun B?
Yes, that's exactly right. It gets way. You want to go down the Lil White?
Lil White?
Uh-huh.
Lil
DJ
White's
Paul,
on there?
DJ Paul, Project Pat are all on Cameo
this is
if you
good.
want. There's so many. There's so many. It's anybody you could think of is probably, if they are it's not even, there's some of them are A-list celebrities and some of them are Z-list celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful. So later on the show, we're going to play some best of Cameo. We're going to be doing that on a regular basis. Maybe it'll either be today or Monday, but I've fallen down the rabbit hole, and it is.
Whew. Okay, that's a good rabbit hole to be down.
It's so incredible. You can't believe some of these folks. You're like, what? Oh, I forgot about that guy. Oh, you remember Lori Beth Dinsburg from
Lori Beth Dinsburg, vital information
yeah.
for your everyday life. Yes.
It's like $10 if you want Lori.
Like, I feel like we should pool our money together and get some of these people to
Some people are using this. Some people are using this as a liner for their podcast. As well. So if it's like, hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're listening to what? It's like, oh, what? How about that? So I'm just saying it's
okay.
It's one the rappers section is unbelievable because you go from the very top. You got Ice Cube and Ice-T. They're up there. It's like $300-$400 for them to like Little Scrappy or like little ice little ice tray from like some other thing like what like $5 like. I don't even know how people are making money on this thing. Anyway, you can do all that. It's great. It's well worth checking out. We'll do it later on in the show. Also, we're going to talk about the latest on the very, very, very shaky MLS bubble. It is not going well. The pressure on Washington has grown bigger as Memphis company is throwing its considerable weight around in the process. Mike Gundy is not a racist, according to the people that have evaluated him. So good news. We'll revel in that. You've got the bubble going on in the NBA, but guess what? Up in Chicago, the Delete Eight are joining what I saw termed the Scrubble, and the Scrubble will be popping off here pretty soon. We'll talk about all of that. So a big show coming up. When we return, we'll get everything rolling down that hill. He's Zack, CJ, myself. We're doing it for you on a Friday. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Sports Time on Sports 56 with Wallow and Stats. Weekday afternoons from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Plasma donations are needed now more than ever, and you can make a difference during these unprecedented times. Plasma Biological Services is seeking healthy donors as well as those who have fully recovered from COVID-19. Your plasma may be used to help those still fighting the virus. If you have tested positive for COVID-19 and have fully recovered, please call 866-END-CV19 or go to grifolsplasma.com. That's GRIFOLS plasma.com today to see how your plasma can help save others that are hospitalized with COVID-19 and if you are eligible to donate. All donors will be compensated for their time. Please call 866-END-CV19 or go to grifolsplasma.com.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shop's 4th of July sale from July 3rd to July 6th. Get a 50% bonus trade-in towards all inline TaylorMade Cobra and Callaway golf clubs. Restock your wardrobe with 25% off all closeout apparel. And save big on all stand bags, now 15% off. Edwin Watts Golf Shop's 4th of July sale with huge savings in every department. Happening July 3rd through the 6th. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Selection may vary. See store for details.
For streaming, creating, gaming, and more, power your passions for less during Dell's exceptional cyber savings event. Enjoy up to $400 off stunning laptops like the XPS, along with high-performance desktops and next-level Alienware systems, redefining what's possible with 10th Gen Intel Core processors. Shop special prices on top brand electronics and accessories, plus enjoy free shipping on everything. Don't forget to ask for Intel when you call 800-BY-DELL. That's 800-BY-DELL.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. Can anyone explain to me why anyone would care how I measure your roof? We have all heard about measuring your roof from outer space. Well, to be honest, there are aerial pictures that are taken every 4 years that can be used to measure a building, but it's not from outer space. Besides, no one, and I mean no one, can tell you what's wrong with your roof or even if you need one by using pictures that might be 4 years old. If you would rather do business with a family-owned and operated business with a lifelong tie to Memphis that refuses to mislead or use gimmicks, please give me a call. Best products, best warranties, and the best customer service we know how to provide. Fiveash Roofing, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
You don't take home to mother. She will never let your spirits down. Once you get her off the street, oh girl, she likes the boys in the band. She says that I'm her all-time favorite. When I make my move to her room, it's the right time. She's never hard to please. Oh, no. That girl is pretty wild, no.
That girl's a super freak.
The kind of girl you read about.
Yeah. It's a Funky Friday. Super freak. Rick James.
Rick James, Prince were both on tour on the same tour. Prince
That's
and the
a tour right
Revolution and Rick James, and they did not like one another. They would try and one-up one another every single night. And it got to the point where some nights it started as Rick James as the headliner, and then people were like, no, Prince has got to be the headliner. And so they started battling. Whoever performed the best would end up being the headliner for the next night.
So basically, they had a versus battle back then.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes.
The winners are the fans right there.
Oh, very much so.
Man.
Members of the band still don't like one another. One of the great not talked about rivalries is that tour with Rick James and Prince.
What year are we talking about?
I'm trying to figure that out now. It's got to be like 85 maybe.
Man, 6-year-old Peter, that would have been a lot of fun to go to those shows. I'm sure I would have appreciated every nuance of it right there. How about FedEx?
1979, 1980. How about FedEx?
1979. That was the year I was born. Born right in the middle of that conflict.
Yeah, so Prince started his tour and did 13 dates before joining Rick James's Fire It Up tour.
How about FedEx?
How about them?
What do you think about
This is what I'm talking about. We're aware. There's no more need for awareness. FedEx could have very callously, very easily say, hey, you know what we're going to do? People are upset about this whole name change thing. People are upset about this nickname thing. We're going to put Black Lives Matters up and down the field. 40-40. That's what we're going to do. Bow. There it is. Keep awareness going. We're going to put something honoring indigenous people on the field, or put an indigenous people patch on our uniforms, or a decal on the back of our helmet to make sure people are aware of the plights of indigenous people. And that'll be enough. There we go. Bow. Wipe our hands, problem solved. No, they didn't. They said, hey, we've got real clout. We've got real power. We are the sponsor of the field. We pay you guys good money. We have the power, the pull, the leverage to elicit some sort of real change for the better, and they used it. That's what I'm talking about. So when I see these decals, when I see courts with Black Lives Matters on it, when I see players possibly in the WNBA and NBA with different names on the back of their jerseys, that's all well and good, but what are you doing as an organization to really put your weight behind some of this stuff that really needs to change from a racism standpoint? How are you actually fighting racism? Raising awareness is not actually fighting racism. What FedEx is doing, though, is fighting racism and fighting racist stereotypes. So I loved it. I was like, okay, great. Now things are changing, man. This is different. I'm surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised by how quickly all of this is happening.
So what FedEx has done is they have said in a statement that they emailed out to various media folks, we have communicated to the team in Washington our request that they change the team name. This is doubly important because not only does FedEx have the naming rights to the stadium, but that deal runs for the next 5 years, but also Fred Smith is a minority owner in the team. So that is a doubly important statement coming from him. Also, last night, Nike appeared to remove all Washington gear from the store. So the other teams were listed, no problem, but if you searched for the nickname of Washington, you came up with nothing at this point. And so that is potentially telling that Nike may be exerting their pressure, and that is a more considerable pressure. So Daniel Snyder has not wanted to change the name, has been very defiant against the name. The Oneida Tribe of Indians of Wisconsin asked FedEx shareholders to reconsider the naming rights back in 2014. That did not work at that particular time. Native American leaders have asked him to change the name in many, many different times. And the District of Columbia's non-voting delegate to the House, Eleanor Holmes Norton, has said that the nickname is going to have to be changed if the team ever wants to return to play in the District of Columbia, because although it is Washington, D.C.'s team, it plays in Virginia right now. So all of that is just continuing to put the pressure on Daniel Snyder to make this decision. Did you see the somebody put a very detailed plan together that I thought was good, changing the name to the Washington Red Tails.
I saw that.
In honor of the Tuskegee Airmen. That would be great. The Tuskegee Airmen had the red tail. Their planes had red tails. That would be, I think, a really telling, important salute. You could keep the colors the same. You could keep most everything else the same. You just change the word skin to tail and go from there. Change that logo. There's some nice logo designs already out there. I think you're cooking with fish grease there. I think you're good to go. I really like that idea.
Don't like it at all. There's no reason for it to be that. I mean, I get it. I appreciate it as a graduate of Tuskegee University, but that's not the way we should honor our troops. That's not the way we should honor our history. To me, it would be kind of a trivializing act. We would it would be like naming a team the Atlanta Kings in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Like that just doesn't feel necessary to me. There's a way to go about honoring the Tuskegee Airmen and their achievements and their accomplishments that is more beneficial and less silly, less of a caricature of what they went through during World War II. Whatever the name change doesn't have to be anything honoring any particular group of people. Like, it doesn't have to be that. It can be the Red Falcons for all I care, the Red Gulls or the Red Sharks or whatever. Like, it's just the nickname really, for me, is what they change it to. As long as it's not racially insensitive or flat out racist, I'm fine with it. I don't think it needs to be anything that is sort of capturing the moment, so to speak, something that is capitalizing on this moment of change. I don't think we need to do that, and I'm fine with it not being Red Tails. I get it. I appreciate it. I'm sure the Tuskegee Airmen appreciate it. Those of us still living right now, those of them who are still living right now, I'm sure they would love it, but I just think it would be, for lack of a better word, a bit too demeaning to honor them in that sort of a way. So just change it to Red Oaks, change it to Red Foxes, change it to, well, not the Red Fox, but like Red Fox 1X.
I like
although
Red
Foxes, the Fighting Foxes would be kind of cool. But no, like just change the name from what it is. It doesn't have to have any type of sort of deeper meaning.
Let's go with the Red Foxes.
Let's go with the Red Foxes. Let's get it.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Right. Well, it's interesting because nicknames, if you go through the list of where they came from, some teams have nicknames that are very meaningful, that do honor individuals or groups in a certain way, and some don't. You know, some are you go back and there's a distinct history of why they did what they did with certain names, and then there's some that are just like, hey, like the Memphis Grizzlies. They had grizzly bears in Vancouver, so and then they're. But then if you look deeper, the colors that the Grizzlies chose for their original gear were done with the consultation of the Haida Native American or Native Canadian / American, because they're kind of right on that border there, indigenous peoples of Western British Columbia and Northwest Washington. They were done in consultation with them, and they felt like that was a good way to appreciate, and they were on board with it. You know what I mean? So it's like it totally depends on the process of how to do it. If that was something that the surviving Tuskegee Airmen wanted to be involved in the process, then I think that's something that would be illustrative and interesting. If they didn't, then you don't do it. It's I think there's other ways to do it. I'm fine with changing the name to whatever. If you want to keep it, red something, then you may have some limitations as to what you can do. But I saw somebody else, the idea, just change it to the Hogs. because the Hogs were the big offensive linemen. That's fine. Just change it. Just go Hogs. No problem. Or you could change it to whatever, really. I'm okay with it as long as the process is properly done. Then I'm fine with really whatever the outcome is. It's the process has got to be correctly done and respectful of everybody involved.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't understand what the connection would be for DC area fans and the city of Tuskegee, Alabama. Like that would be another thing. It would make sense if the team was relocating to Tuskegee. Like,
they are. Okay. That's another breaking news.
Are they moving down to Tuskegee? Yes. Well, they're gonna be really disappointed. Ain't nothing in Tuskegee.
Yeah,
they got
weird.
a Popeyes and this year.
It's a weird move.
Losing my mind.
It's a weird move. I'll tell you that.
So
Very strange.
The connection there just doesn't make sense. But yeah, just throw red in front of whatever. Red Hogs or just the Hogs. Red Barracuda. Take it back to Legend of the. Although those were Purple Bears, Blue Barracuda. Take it back to Legends of the Hidden Temple. Red Barons. Let's get them going. Let's get it. Just have delicious ass pizza out there. We're gonna serve Red Barons at the game. The 4 cheese, put a little seasoning salt on top. Mwah. We're going to get after it during the game. Like, whatever. Just throw red in front of something that is not racist. Let's get it.
Purple Parrots.
Purple Parrots, Blue Barracudas.
Monkeys,
What? Who are the monkeys?
It's like orange monkeys or something like that. I think it was
Silver monkeys.
Silver monkeys.
Silver monkeys,
Yeah,
Blue
silver
Barracudas.
Monkeys. Yeah.
We said purple parrot.
Iguanas? Was there iguanas?
The green iguanas?
Green iguanas, something like that. I think there was an iguana or lizard of some sort. I think was involved. I got to go back and Olmec. The Olmecs. How about that?
Okay, let's do it.
Yes.
Let's honor Nickelodeon. Name them the Olmecs.
Before the game, it's like, all right, everybody, time to play the game.
And to get a touchdown, you have to run.
Put that thing in the state. Yeah.
Not only do you have to avoid being tackled by the opponent, but you've got to run through the Olmec temple and complete the task before those random people jump out and attack you.
That finishing that bonus round for Legends of the Hidden Temple and Carmen Sandiego's have to put the 8 things on the giant map.
Yeah.
Impossible. I've never seen anyone. They could have put a solid gold yacht as the grand. No one would never going to get it.
The issue with the Legends of the Hidden Temple thing is, depending on, they really punished you if you didn't just blow out everybody else.
Correct.
Because you needed both of the pieces.
Yep,
you needed 2 of the medallions. You only got half a medallion for each time you beat somebody. Yep. You needed both medallions.
You got to run the score.
You needed 2 medallions. Run that score all the way up so that when those random people who are protecting the treasure jump out at you, you can just give them the medallion and keep running. Also, when you have to stack the monkey statue, for some reason that was throwing people off. Biggest piece is bottom. Second biggest piece is next. Then the shortest piece is the one on top. But people are always putting it in the wrong way.
Also facing the wrong direction.
Got to face it the right way, people.
Yeah. This is very tough.
You and I will kill. We will merge that game. We'd handle it.
No question. No question. Hopefully they'll bring that back in the adult version.
Yes.
That would be great. Not adult, but you know what I mean. We'll come back. We'll talk about the next step in this process. We'll talk more about Maker making his decision. We'll talk about the scrubble that's going on in Chicago and the MLS bubble, which is a little bit leaky. We'll do all that when we return from the Family Leisure Studios. I'm Peter. He's CJ, Sports 56 Mornings. It's already super humid, and it's going to get even more humid throughout the day. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 96.1 FM, or 87.7 FM.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, Call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elders Roofing Solutions.
Napa know-how. At Napa, we've stopped thinking outside the box. Instead, we're thinking inside the bucket. The $2.99 Napa bucket, to be exact. When you fill those bad boys with auto parts, you can get 20% off 3 or more items that fit inside. No overthinking required. Just get your bucket, fill it up, and save 20%. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, exclusions apply. May not be combined with other offers. Offer ends 7/31/20.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Summer's here and it's time to get grilling. So let our Ace grilling experts help you choose the right grill for your family from the best brands like Big Green Egg Charcoal Grills, Traeger Wood Pellet Grills, and Weber Gas Grills. And since our stores are locally owned and we're committed to helping our neighbors, we'll also assemble and deliver your grill for free. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their grills. Offer valid for Ace Rewards members through July 13th on grills and accessories $3.99 and up. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Red Jaguar, blue barracudas, green monkeys, orange iguanas, purple parrots, silver snakes.
Silver snakes.
Yes.
You can swap any of those around and it's all basically sounds the same.
Yeah.
Little blue-eyed funk for you.
Wait,
Funk
what?
can be-
Come again?
Yeah.
Who is this?
This is blue-eyed funk. This is Average White Van.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
And that's not just a name. It is a description, at least in part, of I don't think they're average at all, frankly, but there you go. Yes. They're Scottish, in fact.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. So that's like blue-eyed red hair, didn't it?
It is kilt wearing.
Go figure.
They're a Scottish funk and R&B band. The Scottish funk, the Scottish funk is, yeah. You didn't know? You didn't know?
Did not know that.
Uh-huh.
That snuck up on me.
That's right.
Damn sneaky athletes every time.
I'm telling you, sneaky funk.
Mm-hmm.
Sneaking that funk out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we like to learn. We learn things. We learn and we grow.
Love learn
is what we do. Learning is what life is all about. I don't want to hear. We've talked about the difficulty of the bubble. Why on earth is the NBA trying to put another bubble together for the 8 teams that I you know why some of these teams don't need to be doing it, but they are trying to put a bubble together. Jackie McMullen reported yesterday that there is a lot of consideration. They're already discussing with the Players Association a secondary bubble with the 8 teams that are not going to be in the postseason. So we call that the Scrubble. Mm-hmm. The Scrubble is going to be in Chicago, most likely. You're going to have the same level of safety and the same level of protocol and all that stuff It'll be better because the disease is a little bit better situation in Chicago right now than it is in Orlando. But, who knows what that'll look like in a month or whatever when this thing pops off. It looked a lot better a month ago in Florida than it does now. And for what? You're going to go through all this massive – so what, these teams can just kind of play each other and just kind of there you go?
You can't even incentivize that.
I mean, like –
what would be the incentive for a player on the Timberwolves?
They're just
to go out there
trying to just keep – like they're already playing 5-on-5. I mean, as you saw John Morant having runs here in Memphis and all that stuff, these guys can play. They're finding ways to keep – themselves, together playing these games, and we've seen teams. It's not like the players are going to forget how to play basketball. I mean, they'll be fine. Their development's going to be fine. I get the coaches and stuff might want to have practice time and all that, and you could find a way to do that in your home market. But this just seems very silly. I don't want to hear anything about the NBA talking about how much money they're spending or all the. This is an extremely expensive. Waste of everyone's time and money, as far as I can tell. I don't get this one at all.
Listen. I know that it sucks to not be around your players for basically 2 off seasons, 6-7 months. If you're one of these 8 teams that were so bad that they couldn't get invited, probably should have beat Phoenix once or twice. Like that's not a good team. They still made their way down there. But come on, this is unnecessary. We talk about mitigating risk. Doing unnecessary things is the opposite of mitigating those risks. Like there's no reason for them to have these guys get together in one spot and play one another. I don't understand that. What is the point as a player? Why would I want to be a part of that?
They could have practices too. Like they could have they could have practice. It's not like you could certainly mandate it so the coaches could still see their players and players could get together and play. You don't have to do it in this bubble situation. The only thing that I think would make this worthwhile, or potentially worthwhile even, I use that term. I'm not sure it would be worthwhile, but the only thing that would make it interesting and worth all of this is if you fold in all of the pre-draft stuff into it. So if you were to allow this to be a scrubble /
pre-draft workout.
Combine / draft workout, 5-on-5 thing, and have then okay, maybe we can work with that. And maybe if you want to have competition, take the best 5, or a team, some of the best 5s that you could find in the pre-draft and have them run against the Timberwolves or have them run against the Bulls or whatever. Okay, I mean that's kind of a semi-competition. That's a little bit of a different thing. All right, that's something. Would the players have any interest in doing that?
No.
I can't imagine they would, but I mean, okay, maybe you can give them some money. I don't know, incentivize it somehow. I don't know. It all seems very silly to me. Like I get why you go. The players there's a decent handful of players that are either worried about or just not going to the bubble down in Orlando, and that's got their current salary and the potential of winning a world championship on the line, and they're like, I don't know about that one. This one has nothing on the line. Why would they want to do that? And it's going to cost the NBA. If it costs $1.5 million a day to run Disney, it's not going to cost that much to run this thing in Chicago. But it's got to be tens of or hundreds of thousands a day, though, because you got all those hotel rooms, you got all those meals and security, and I mean that's got to be in the hundreds of thousands in Chicago.
No reason for this.
For what?
No reason for it.
Silliness. Doesn't make any sense. Coming up hour number 2, we're going to spin that wheel of a conversation. We're also going to talk about the maker situation. We're going to talk about the MLS bubble and what that means for the NBA, the real bubble, not the scrubble, but the actual bubble that is likely to happen. We'll look at how things are going here in the Memphis area as well.
Got a really important text I want to get to up next.
What kind of text?
Very important.
About what?
It's very real.
Okay. Is it from Zack's girl?
No.
Oh. Because that'd be great.
Unfortunately, it's not. I wish it was.
All right, fair enough. So we'll get to that too. Coming up, hour number 2 on the way from the Family Leisure Studios. It is already hot and humid out there on a funky Friday, July 3rd. 4th of July Eve. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Start your day at Sunrise Memphis. Located in Midtown, enjoy delicious biscuit sandwiches and all their menu has to offer with quick and easy to-go and delivery options. Whether it's breakfast, brunch, or lunch, don't distance yourself from great food. For more information on Sunrise Memphis, visit sunrise901.com or call 901-552-3144 to place your order. Stay healthy and eat Sunrise Memphis today.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Ugh, my stomach.
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
What's that?
It's Pepto-Bismol Chews.
Pepto-Bismol's now in a chew?
Yeah, they taste great and provide fast relief. And now you can always have Pepto-Bismol handy.
Let me try it.
Try new Pepto-Bismol Chews for fast relief.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Tired of waking up hot and uncomfortable? Start sleeping cool on the Tempur-Breeze by Tempur-Pedic. It's engineered with a revolutionary cooling system that pulls excess heat away from your body to help you sleep deeper all night and wake up more refreshed every morning. During the Tempur-Pedic Summer of Sleep, save $500 on all Tempur-Breeze mattresses and experience your coolest sleep this summer with our best Breeze savings of the year. Learn more at TempurPedic.com.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. Can anyone explain to me why anyone would care how I measure your roof? We have all heard about measuring your roof from outer space. Well, to be honest, there are aerial pictures that are taken every 4 years that can be used to measure a building, but it's not from outer space. Besides, no one, and I mean no one, can tell you what's wrong with your roof or even if you need one by using pictures that might be 4 years old. If you would rather do business with a family-owned and operated business with a lifelong tie to Memphis that refuses to mislead or use gimmicks, please give me a call. Best products, best warranties, and the best customer service we know how to provide. Fiveash Roofing, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also watch live video of all of our shows on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Periscope. Don't miss out on anything. Stay in touch with Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 on social media. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Hour number 2 On the way. In fact, it's here. Hit those hydraulics. Take that car all the way down to the... You ever had hydraulics, CJ?
No. Believe it or not, never. I did sit on 16-inch chromed out wheels, though.
You did?
Yeah, 16 inches.
Did it feel
Vaccine,
good?
RIP, baby.
Was it good?
The rims?
Yeah, just did it feel good? Like to be?
Yeah, it felt good.
Okay.
I mean, now, I didn't have heat in the car, and I didn't have a radio, and the driver's side window didn't roll up, but I was sitting on 16-inch chromed out rims with Maxine, baby.
Zach, you ever been riding on?
Zach, when am I gonna ride in the drop top?
Yeah. Does the Big Bertha have any kind of hydraulic situation going on?
No.
You gonna make that happen?
Probably not.
But there's a chance.
I've been looking at adding some hydraulics to the Prius.
Okay.
You know, just kind of like that.
Rolling
Maybe
through, picking up the kids.
Hybrid hydraulics, you know.
Straight energy efficient. You know?
Energy efficient hydraulics.
On the way home from the soccer game,
that's right.
Watch me hit the 2-wheel motion, boy.
Yeah. Check this out. Oh yeah. No one, and I'm gonna have about 24s on a Prius. Just make no sense.
Them boys in Lakeland ain't gonna know what to do with you.
Doesn't even make any sense at all. There's no reason for it whatsoever. I don't care. Y'all gonna like this. Check this out. Check out what I got. How do you feel about Lift Every Voice and Sing being played prior to Week 1 games in the NFL? That is the plan that has been discussed this week in the NFL. There's a variety of measures being discussed on the as a sort of a symbol of what the NFL is trying to do and what they're trying to say in honor of the Black Lives Matter movement and in respect and awareness of what's going on. The NFL very good at symbols, not as good at action, but very good at symbols, and so this is something that would certainly be a powerful and different symbol. There's no question about that. CJ, how do you feel about Lift Every Voice and Sing being played before every Week 1 game, either performed live or at least played?
We talked about Lift Every Voice and Sing, I feel like last week when we talked about things the NBA could do, the little things, the bunch of little things the NBA could do that would add up to something big. And I'm cool with it. I like it. Before, as a proud graduate of Tuskegee University, TU, somebody in Tuskegee said as a proud graduate, like we sang Lift Every Voice and Sing before every major event before. So if it was an event that would require the national anthem be played, Lift Every Voice and Sing was sung as well. Somebody actually, we had a recording. This is what it was for football games. We had a recording of the national anthem. We had a singer for Lift Every Voice and Sing. So I really like the song. I'm fond of the song. I can't sing it. Don't know all the lyrics. I got you, Lift Every Voice and Sing, and then I start humming, but I've read the lyrics. One of the assignments I had in freshman orientation was explicating that particular song and what it would mean, and a song about a group of people seeking freedom, a group of people continuing to strive towards freedom and what freedom means for them, I think is a beautiful song and a beautiful thing to use as your anthem. Now, I would make a push for that to be the new national anthem in general. Because I feel like that encapsulates more of the American ideal, the American dream, than bombs bursting in the air, talking about war and things like that. This is a nation that seeks freedom, that fights on behalf of freedom, that goes out there to be free and yearns for complete and total freedom of its citizens. And that song encapsulates all of those things. And I think it's great. I don't know why they would just stop at Week 1. It is a symbol. So why not just keep it going? Just, hey, we got 2 songs coming up. We're going to do Lift Every Voice and Sing, and we're going to do the national anthem every single week of the football season, assuming that we get one. And then when Super Bowl comes around, we can go America the Beautiful, Lift Every Voice and Sing, and bow national anthem, and roll with the football game from there. So I like it, but I'm biased. I really like that song. I don't know if you guys got a chance to play it, Zach, during Juneteenth at all. But it's a good song, and it is a gesture, a symbol I hope that it's not an empty one from the NFL. I would like to see the NFL, speaking of people actually throwing their weight behind some of these things. FedEx is actually throwing their weight behind getting Washington to change their name. The Nike is actually throwing some weight behind it. DC has been throwing weight behind it. I would like to see the NFL throw their weight behind the name change in Washington and not just settle for empty symbols and empty gestures to try and distract us from what is going on.
Well, it is interesting that you bring this up as a wider ranging discussion, because I think it's important to have it, quite honestly, and it's one that I've been wanting to have for a little while, and it's I think it's come up organically here. You know, we have wrestled with, as a country, a lot of the issues and a lot of the things that have made us what we are. A lot of good, a lot of bad, and you have, like anyone else, you have to kind of wrestle with what's happened and think about it and put it in context and try to do the best you can with the information that you have. You don't want to sanitize or whitewash the history because it can be brutal and it can be difficult. But in order to truly understand why we are where we are, you have to come to grips with it. You have to work on that. That is true of the national anthem. The national anthem was written by somebody named Francis Scott Key. Who was Francis Scott Key? Francis Scott Key was a lawyer. When the song was, or the poem was written in 1814, it wasn't the national anthem until many, many years later. He was part of a system. He was a slaveholder himself. His family was a plantation family from Maryland. It was written in 1814 in the midst of the War of 1812, when at Fort McHenry you saw the bombardment of British ships that were in Baltimore Harbor. The difficult thing to wrestle with in that context, not only was Francis Scott Key a slaveholder, not only was he writing and has had many, many things to say about black people, none of them very good, but in that moment when he's writing about the bombardment of British ships at Fort McHenry, which is what was the genesis for the whole poem, in all likelihood, based on what we know about the War of 1812 and based on what we know about what the situation was at the time, there were slaves trying to get to those ships because that was a avenue of them to find freedom. There were many, many slaves who went and went with and tried to join up with the British troops in order to try to find some bit of freedom and liberty, knowing that is a much more likely option for them to have that liberty with those troops. And so, in all likelihood, those bombs that were bursting in air were bombs bursting and killing slaves trying to find their freedom. Again, we don't like to wrestle with that kind of concept as a nation of what that meant, but that's what that means. When you think about that, you have to think about the context of that song and where it was. I mean, that doesn't. None of us growing up learned. I certainly didn't learn it that way. It doesn't mean that any of us were complicit in those activities or anything like that, or have any kind of support for those activities. But by the same token, when you learn about it, is it not then incumbent upon us to explore a different option, something else to consider? Because that's that's at least as far as I'm concerned, that's not what I want to be the standard bearer for the country and for what this country is all about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's where we're at a pivotal point in our history where we're getting to live it. We're getting to shape what this nation will be for generations to come right now. And it's very, and we know we're in this moment. We know it. Very rarely are you in a moment and you're in the moment that's going to be talked about in textbooks. And it's time for us to take a long, hard look at what we want to be as a nation and how we want not only the kids today, but the kids that have come behind those kids 3-4 generations later, what we want them to think about this nation and how we want them to view it. And, with the national anthem as it stands right now, on top of all of that you just said, very real points, very real things that we need to wrestle with on the long list of things that we need to wrestle with over here as a whole. It's a song about war. Like, is that what we want to be? Do we want to simply be the war nation? No, that is not what we want to be. That's not what we are. We're a nation that values freedom, that works hard to not only ensure that its citizens are as free as possible, but that others are free as well. We do that a multitude of different ways. Not always by war, not always by dropping bombs or looking at bombs bursting in midair like rockets. That's not what we are. That's not one of the ideals that we were founded on. We were founded on, this is going to be a place of freedom. That's what this place is. And so when you hear Lift Every Voice and Sing, and when you look at the lyrics to Lift Every Voice and Sing, and hear the way that freedom is glorified in that particular hymn, and it started off as a gospel song that Black people adopted as their anthem. But when you look at the lyrics and you see how freedom is glorified and how we work towards freedom, and we're not going to stop until we're completely and totally free, I feel like that song does a better job encapsulating what the American ideals are and what the American experience strives to be. So again, I'm glad that the NFL is doing this. I hope that it goes on longer than just that first weekend. And I think that we should look at it's about time. We can change this national anthem whenever we feel like. And I think it's about time for us to take a long, hard look at that anthem and really make some tweaks to what we consider our national anthem.
Well, I think it's just, at the very least, it needs to be contextualized in a different way. You know, I would be fine with, and I think I'd be great actually with changing the national anthem to Lift Every Voice and Sing. I think it is a more inspiring song. I don't think that the Star Spangled Banner is a particularly great anthem just on its merits as a song. It's hard to sing. It's kind of, like America the Beautiful or something like that is a little easier to sing. Much, God Bless America, that's a little easier to sing.
R. Kelly did his damn thing.
No one is trying to whitewash R. Kelly.
For what R. Kelly is, he's a terrible human being. R. Kelly
liquid wash anything for R. Kelly. No one's trying to do that at all.
but think about that. If we decided, okay, you know what? We're going to have R. Kelly's version of the national anthem be the national anthem. Like, after learning about who R. Kelly was as a person, you're like, no, we can't rock with this anymore. As groovy as this song is, somebody.
Yeah,
we can't roll with
Francis
this
Scott
anymore.
Key did not say somebody.
No, he didn't. But
somebody.
we can't
Francis,
roll
what was
with,
that part? What was that part?
We can't roll with that song anymore. So after
come on, y'all, clap your hands. Was that in there?
No, I don't think it was.
No.
So after learning who Francis Scott Key is, and knowing what was going on at that time, and understanding the world differently than it has been understood in the 1900, 1910, 1920, 1930, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, all the way up to this point. After learning that and understanding that, I think we can say, you know what, we don't need to rock with this no more. If you can do that with R. Kelly, you can certainly do it with Francis Scott Key.
Do you know the second verse of Lift Every Voice and Sing?
Do I know the words after Lift Every Voice and Sing? That is the question, Peter Atkinson.
Well, because I feel like if it's going to be the national anthem, then it's got to also be a thing where no one knows any of the other lyrics.
No.
Anyone, because there's plenty of other verses to the Star Spangled Banner. No one knows them at all. Yeah,
oh my gosh, I about lost it. So we played on MLK Day in high school, and our chorus teacher decided he was going to honor us by singing, and he only came out for the big games. Nobody was there. I don't know why he was there, but he only came out for the big games. So he was out there for the big game on MLK Day, and he was going to sing the national anthem. And the announcer says, please rise. We've got Dr. So-and-so out here. He's going to actually be singing the second verse of the national anthem to commemorate this special occasion. And so in my head, I'm like, yo, how in the hell does this commemorate Dr. King's legacy? 1, 2, who knew there was a second verse? And he sang the hell out of that second verse. I was crying. because I was laughing. I was shaking on the bench trying not to laugh. And my coach had to come over to me and CJ, stop it. We hear you laughing. That's how empty the gym was. Afterwards, I'm like, how do you guys expect me to go out here for tip-off? This dude just sang the second verse of the anthem. Second verse of Star Spangled Banner.
What a choice. What a choice that is.
Parents in the,
That's a
in
strong
the crowd.
choice.
Just like, okay, please rise for the national anthem. In honor of today's special event, we're going to honor Dr. King's legacy by singing the second verse of the Star Spangled Banner. And you can hear the parents just murmur like, wait, what? Where's the second? What is happening? How's there a second verse? Draymond Green's reaction to Fergie, that was my reaction times 10.
Oh, I just think it would be interesting to see that contextualized, like the same way that we contextualize the Declaration of Independence, and we know that Thomas Jefferson was let's say complicated, his legacy is not necessarily straightforward. When you talk about the idea that you're declaring independence, and yet you in one stage of your life are quite against the concept of slavery, and then by the end of it you are an extraordinarily massive slaveholder and are deeply protective of the practice. And so he's a complicated guy, but we put that into context. We put the Emancipation Proclamation into context generally and say, Lincoln was problematic. It wasn't necessarily he wasn't just like perfect in every way. No, he had a lot of deeply held beliefs that ran counter to the Emancipation Proclamation, that ran counter to freedom of all, equality, all that stuff. But you put that in context. We talk about that. We don't contextualize the Star Spangled Banner. Mm-hmm. That's what I find is interesting. We contextualize the other stuff. We don't really contextualize we haven't had that discussion. And I think I'm glad that you brought it up, because I think that is a worthy discussion to have, to put it in the proper context. Because I think you got to go one of two ways if you're going to do this as a country. You can either scrap it and find something different, like Lift Every Voice and Sing. I'm okay with that. Or you can take it and try to repurpose it and try to meaningfully look at it and recontextualize it in a new way, meaningfully. That I think is something you could do as well. And people can go in different directions with it. Reclaim it, so to speak. That's possible too. I'm okay with that as well. But you just have to have that conversation, because I think letting that sit there. Like, I'm reading the official history from like the National Park Service, and it's like, you can't. No, there's none of the realness is not there. There's no mention of the slaveholding. There's no mention of the context, any of that stuff, and we can't do that. You're just whitewashing history at that point.
We got time for a quick call. Tony has dialed in. Tony, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? I commend you guys for talking about issues like this. Because you got a segment that believe you just should shut up and dribble. But, the fact that we are coming up on Independence Day, mm-hmm. and first of all, we need to get our history books to tell the truth. Had it not been for Black Americans, this country would have never got its freedoms. That the war, when we started in 1776, what turned the war was that George Washington had to create what was a secret agency, and 80% of them were Black. They were servants that was serving the British upper, what we call officers. Mm-hmm. And they were sending coded messages back to Washington, General Washington, because the Americans were losing the war. And actually, it's a book called Turn that I suggest everybody read, and it actually tells and what led up to the war 1812, and then how Black people went in the midst of getting this country's freedom, how it was a big debate on giving freedom to all of them, but the South was like, no. And that's how it got created, about the 5/8 of a human being that was put in the Constitution. But I think that if people actually read the Constitution I think black folks would be more proud to be American citizens, and I think white people would be more understanding why black folks are somewhat pissed off. And where right now, you know, because of where we at in the nation right now, is why you're seeing some disruption. But this country was built on those type of things from the offset, from the beginning. This is what our country was built on. So I commend you guys for not shutting up and dribbling today and actually open up a can of worms that might make you, to some people, unpopular. But other people should pull up and listen, cut their radio up today because, hey, man, you guys are being very powerful today. But we also should push for truthness in our history books because there are an array of people that are not mentioned in the history books that should be there. I mean, black guys that should be founding fathers that is not even listed in some history books. You got some that's come close to the truth, but we should always want the truth in building our history, so we don't never repeat it again, or we should honor it in a way that in truth. So I just keep it like that. I mean, I say this, about 80% of Americans say they're Christians. Well, if you're Christian and you read the Bible like I do, you should always want the truth.
All right, Tony, we appreciate the call,
Thanks,
man.
Tony.
Thank you.
You have to. I think these are just, you don't need to be afraid of having these conversations. You don't need to we got to wrestle with it, man. It's something you got to wrestle with. It's not easy. It's not easy to do that stuff, man. But as we talked about a few weeks ago, I mean, why isn't Juneteenth taught in most schools? Why wasn't it? Why maybe it will be from now, but why hasn't it been? Why didn't you learn about some of the massacres that have gone on in Memphis? I mean, for example, there's so many. We didn't learn about it here growing up in our schools. The real story, that kind of stuff. So when you start talking about lift every voice and sing and playing it, that's a good step. But as we look at Independence Day, let's put this thing in context. Let's really keep pushing this thing, man. Let's keep pushing this thing. We're making progress here. Let's keep pushing. That's what I hope continues to happen. We'll see.
We really got to get to this text.
Okay, get to it.
Well, no, we're going to need time on this text.
Okay.
We need to get to it next.
All right. Well, how about we come back? We'll get to the text. Can you give us any kind of a preview of it?
Your boy was being your boy yesterday, and we missed it. So we got to get to this.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll do that when we return here from the Family Leisure Studios. Heat index of 375 degrees in Memphis today. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, we've stopped thinking outside the box. Instead, we're thinking inside the bucket. The $2.99 Napa bucket, to be exact. When you fill those bad boys with auto parts, you can get 20% off 3 or more items that fit inside. No overthinking required. Just get your bucket, fill it up, and save 20%. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, exclusions apply. May not be combined with other offers. Offer ends 7/31/20.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire-roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Summer's here and it's time to get grilling. So let our Ace grilling experts help you choose the right grill for your family from the best brands like Big Green Egg Charcoal Grills, Traeger Wood Pellet Grills, and Weber Gas Grills. And since our stores are locally owned and we're committed to helping our neighbors, we'll also assemble and deliver your grill for free. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their grills. Offer valid for Ace Rewards members through July 13th on grills and accessories $3.99 and up. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shop's 4th of July sale from July 3rd to July 6th. Get a 50% bonus trade-in towards all inline TaylorMade Cobra and Callaway golf clubs. Restock your wardrobe with 25% off all closeout apparel. And save big on all stand bags, now 15% off. Edwin Watts Golf Shop's 4th of July sale with huge savings in every department. Happening July 3rd through the 6th. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Selection may vary. See store for details.
Central Barbecue is committed to the health and safety of this community, who has supported Central for almost 20 years. Central Barbecue is still open for business with to-go and delivery options to serve the greater Memphis area with the same great barbecue you have come to know and love. With 4 locations to serve you, from downtown, midtown, and East Memphis, you can order your favorite barbecue and enjoy everything on the menu in the comfort of your own home. Call your nearest Central Barbecue location for more information on delivery and to-go options today.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Just as fine as she can be. Hey, she's a bad mamma jamma. Just as fine as she can be.
If you're not watching us dance on the stream, you're missing out. Periscope, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all those. You gotta watch us get our groove on.
Viewing her anatomy. Hey!
All right, so get to this text.
All right. Couple of texts to get to.
A couple? Now it's a couple?
First,
I mean, come on. Man.
Okay, first, we talked about Washington changing their name to potentially the Red Foxes. Texas says, ha, ha, ha. Red Foxes replace the Hail Mary with Elizabeth. Like, okay, I got you.
It's the big one.
It's the big one.
There it
they
is,
got
every
one
time.
last shot at it. It'll be an Elizabeth in the back of the end zone.
That's right. That's right.
All right, these are the texts I need to get to, though. Did you
I
guys?
thought it was just one. I mean,
well, it's a long text, Peter.
Okay.
Did you guys hear Zack try to say Nirvana yesterday, filling in for Gabe? Nerviana. Greg and Eli didn't flinch because they're professionals. That is me adding my part in. So, again, start back over. Did you guys hear Zack try to say Nirvana yesterday?
No, I did not hear that.
Nerviana. Greg and Eli didn't flinch. I set a reminder to send this morning so it would get the appropriate attention. They did 5 favorite songs at 12:30, which is a great segment. If you're missing out on that, go check that out because it's really fun. Mm-hmm. He was reading Gabe's list if you want the audio.
Well,
say Nirvana.
It's Nirvana.
Do you admit to saying Nerviana?
Yeah.
Do you have the audio?
We do.
Get the audio.
Well, let's get that audio. Come on. I got to hear. Let's go back to the replay.
Thank you, Texter. Feel free to text us. Set your alarms and text us anytime you see or hear Zack do something uniquely Zack so we can pay it the appropriate amount of attention. Please do. Do you have it pulled up or are you trying to find it?
You know, we used to have a segment back in the day.
Okay,
back in the day, CJ, many years ago, on this, I was doing this program with Will Askew. Back in the day. Shout out to Will, Big Willie style. We had the Friday foul ups, which internally we had another word for, but we can't say it on air. But we would throughout the week as things things like this would happen throughout the station, whether it's to us or other shows, we would save them and we would compile them and play them on Fridays. Some folks really enjoyed that, and other folks maybe didn't enjoy it as much. And so, I don't know that we can always do that. But I'm in favor of always bringing back the Friday foul ups.
Friday foul ups. I enjoy it.
It's
we make enough on this show. And by we, I mean like Zack.
Yeah. The Friday foul ups is a special thing. And when it's good, it's
really good. And Zack will be the star. Oh my gosh, so good. Nerviana.
All right, do we have it yet? Zach
Zach is hunting it down, boy. Zach is on it. Texter, again, I want to thank you so very much for bringing that to our attention. And favorite part about the text is that Greg and Eli didn't flinch. And again, I'd like to remind everybody out there, they are pros at this. I am not. You hit me with Nerviana. We got to talk.
We all. I feel like we all can use the English language in just kind of lots of different fun ways. You know, some people use just regular words, and some people like to play with it a little bit. Zach likes to play.
Does he like to play, or is he just tripping over himself?
Not intentionally, but I mean,
Hit us with it, Zach. Do you got it?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear what we got. Come on, let's play this.
Nerniva.
What is it?
Heart-shaped box.
By who?
Nerniva?
Nirvana.
I knew I was saying it wrong.
Come on.
I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry.
Kurt Cobain.
Nerniva.
It was a mixture of Narnia and Nirvana.
Chronicles of Nirvana?
Chronicles of
Nirvana. Nirvana.
I knew I was saying it wrong, but I couldn't get it out.
Eli flinched.
No, Eli flinched. Eli flinched.
Yeah.
Eli's like, what are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
Nerniva.
Oh
boy,
we got to get Zach to say more words.
We do.
Like
we
just
we got
to get him to read things out loud. That's the important thing. What are we doing? We're missing out.
Forget the Friday foul ups. Let's just do like a reading section.
Yeah,
once a week where we just give Zach words.
We do on the sports radio theater. He sometimes has a.
Oh yes, he'll. Oh boy,
freelances a little bit on that.
He'll get real creative on that one.
George Smith, shout out to you, man.
Is that who texted in? George Smith?
No, that's the guy that I created on the theater.
George Smith.
What is happening?
Oh boy.
We need to get Nirvana to sponsor
Nirvana. Kurt Cobain, lead singer of Nirvana.
Oh man.
Okay, so
thank you, Texter. We appreciate it.
Texter, and yes, big thank you to that Texter, and a shout out also to all the other Texters out there. Please, Mark, if you hear silliness on the airwaves, please just let us know.
Yes.
Shoot us a text. Shoot me an email. Peter at sports56whpq.com. We'll find it. I'm a big believer in all that, including our own silliness. So
yes,
let's make that clear that we're not. We certainly contribute our fair share to all of that stuff. So we've got the 4th of July weekend. A lot of people are tempted to probably get together and have cookouts and whatnot. Shoot off fireworks and all that stuff.
They started at 11 and ended at 11 in my neighborhood. I'm pulling into the driveway.
At least they ended at 11.
And the bottle rockets are going. And then as soon as they got dark, the big stuff came out. The house shakers, as I like to call it.
The rump shakers?
House shakers.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So listen, everybody out there, please. I understand the temptation. I know it's fun. We like to have fun. We like to get together. We like to do all that stuff. If you have not noticed, the cases in Memphis, Shelby County, surrounding areas are not good. They're not going in the right direction. They have continued to go up. Yesterday was a single-day high, and you will, I think, continue to see over the next few days and weeks that will continue to be the case. It is vital that we start to push this thing down. If you want to have schools as normal, if you want to have any hope of some kind of college football situation, we have got to start wearing masks across the board, and we've got to push this thing down.
Mm-hmm.
That means not just wearing masks. That means masks plus social distancing plus limiting your movements. Stuff you got to do. Obviously, you got to go get groceries. You got to do whatever. That's fine. But if you don't have to do it, don't do it. And if you're thinking about having a party or get together, some kind of thing where you're going to have a whole bunch of folks over to the house, there have been plenty of cases. We saw graduation parties. We saw Memorial Day get-togethers. We've seen birthday parties where 8, 10, 12, 15 people ended up getting sick. That's how this stuff spreads.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's tempting. I know it's hard. I know it sucks. You'd love to have everyone over. You like to do the whole thing. I get it. This once, let's not. So that we can try to have some normality for later on. So we can try to get this thing moving in the right direction so that maybe, for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and on, maybe there's a chance that we could have a little more of a better look in those situations. But if we don't get this thing under control, it's only going to get worse. If you get widespread community spread, you end up in a situation where you've got what's happening in Arizona right now, where the positivity rates are through the roof, and the hospitals are being stretched, and you're getting into the triage situations eventually. Like we don't want to get to that point. So stop now while you can, please. Everybody, chill out this weekend. Spend the 4th of July chilling.
I'll come back to that in a little bit. 4th of July, fireworks get popped. That's cool. Be careful. Be safe. Don't Pierre Paul this thing end up without a bunch of fingers. 1, 2. What goes up has to come down. This is also one of those times of year where people like to fire guns off and bullets off into the air to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Again, bullets, eventually they got to come down. And where they come down at, they don't know. Because bullets don't have eyes. I'd hate for a situation to pop off with somebody inadvertently getting hit with a stray bullet because people are out there trying to celebrate. So be mindful of that as well.
They come back at the velocity that will go through your body, just like they would. It's the same velocity as if you shot it.
It doesn't slow down.
It doesn't slow down.
It doesn't slow down, people. It's coming down. Whatever it's going to hit, it's going through. So be mindful about that, and just don't be stupid. Okay, don't. The pandemic is still happening. We are. It is very real. Cases are going up. No matter how you feel about it, no matter what you believe to be the case, as with regards to the coronavirus, the cases are going up. So if you're gonna have a whole bunch of people all in your house, all celebrating, talking, laughing, key, and having a good time inside, where there's poor ventilation. And where we know the coronavirus can really spread, it kicks it just from talking. We release particles, we release saliva, and the coronavirus lives in that and kicks it just in the air for minutes, hours, and you just walk through it. Now you've contaminated yourself with the coronavirus, man. Let's put the appropriate measures in place to be able to physically distance but still have a good time, 1, and 2, to not spread that coronavirus, so that we can get sports in some sort of traditional fashion. So we can get, you bring it up, we were talking about this yesterday, my wife and I, like what's Halloween gonna look like?
Mm-hmm.
How does that pop off, so we can get a Halloween, so that when Thanksgiving comes and Christmas comes and New Year's Eve, when that time of the year comes around, we can do things. It all starts.
It's going to be worse
today.
then. It's going to be
today, man.
It's going to be worse because you have to deal with the regular flu season at that point, and what is likely a much better situation for coronavirus to spread in the outdoors. Right now, outdoors is these are not great conditions for coronavirus to spread. The amount of heat that's out there, that doesn't help. The sunlight is definitely good. Outdoor conditions are better, so it's better to spend that time outdoors. That helps your body, vitamin D, all that stuff's good. But once you start to roll around wintertime, when you get towards Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and so on and so forth, it won't be that. The days are going to be much shorter. It's going to be colder. Conditions are going to be much easier, much better for spread. That's when people talk about that second wave. We hadn't even gotten out of the first wave yet.
Oh, we aren't? I thought this was
no,
the second part.
This is basically a continuation of the first wave.
Okay.
The second wave people were talking about is much more about that later on in the year kind of thing. So if you want to have any chance at all for that, we got to get this thing under control. And it's just like letting the cases just go hog wild is not that's not a solution to the problem.
Pretending like there is no problem is not
pretending
a solution
like it's
either.
okay.
Like
yeah,
it's okay to do some of this stuff. Like it's okay. You're going.
It's okay if everyone gets sick because only a few people are going to die. What?
No,
What is that?
No, you're risking by going to, I don't know, see Vanilla Ice and Color Me Bad this weekend. You're putting lives at risk. Not only lives, you're putting lifestyles at risk. I'm using this as an example because we talked about it yesterday and it's funny, but it's very true. Like they're in Texas. You're going to Austin, right? In Austin, Texas. Vanilla Ice, Color Me Bad, y'all are risking the lifestyle that you have. Y'all are risking doing things for upcoming holidays, Thanksgiving, Halloween, New Year's Eve, Christmas. Y'all are risking that. Y'all are risking Texas, Oklahoma, and the Red River rivalry. Y'all are risking all of those teams in Texas, those football teams in Texas. Y'all are risking NFL season in Texas because you want to see Ice Ice Baby? You want to see sex you up? That's what you're doing? Like, come on, man. Show some restraint. I understand that we all like Ice Ice Baby. I love me some Color Me Bad. But, you're risking a whole lot of other cool things for this one really trivial moment in time.
Well, let's be clear. Vanilla Ice has canceled his show.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Has Color Me Bad canceled?
I don't know. I don't know about that. But I know that yesterday Vanilla Ice canceled his show. And I will tell you this. He had an Instagram thing, and it is Zach, can you pull up his Instagram, Vanilla Ice Official? Listen to what he says. And I promise you watch it and you look at it. And now tell me I'm crazy here. Okay, see if you can pull up the video. We'll listen to the audio. I want you to look at the video and the audio and tell me he doesn't look like and sound like Dabo Sweeney.
Oh, okay.
It's really crazy. Like the energy. I'm getting a lot of Dabo energy from Vanilla Ice.
Is it the one with him on the mic or is it just him talking?
No, it's him
to
him just walking through. He's got a hat on. It's short. He's walking through his I guess house. I don't know. I don't know if Vanilla Ice has a pretty nice house. If that's his house, I don't know how he has that nice of a house, but that's his business. If you listen, I'm telling you, maybe I'm crazy.
But hey, guys, going to give you a little update about the concert in Austin. Basically, I'm not going. I listen to my fans. I hear all you people out there. I didn't know the numbers were so crazy in Austin, but we were hoping that it would be a lot better by 4th of July because we booked this concert a long time ago. So basically, just want to stay safe. We do take it serious, and we want to make sure that, everybody's safe. So we were just, hoping for a good time, 4th of July weekend. But it turned into be a big focal point on me, and it's not about that. So anyway, happy 4th of July, and hopefully by New Year's, this Corona crap will have a cure. Come on. Go, Ninja, go. We're ready to go. Anyway, all the best, everybody. Hey, guys.
Go Ninja, go! Forget about that.
That is. It does sound Dabo, but the cadence is very college football-esque, and the ending is replace Go Ninja, go with Woo Pig or whatever the hell your gig 'em or whatever the hell it is that you're saying at your respective university. No, yeah, but it makes sense because isn't Vanilla Ice from Texas?
Yeah.
From Dallas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So that makes sense. Football is a big part of their culture. He's probably kicked it with a lot of football coaches in his prime.
No, see, that's the Dabo. I'm getting some serious Dabo energy. I'm telling you, he looks like Dabo and he sounds like Dabo. If you told me he was related, I would be like, yeah, that's okay.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Color Me Bad also canceled.
Oh, good. Okay.
So we're not just losing our minds out there. So go watch Vanilla Ice and Color Me Bad.
They had to cancel, though. Otherwise, people were going to be there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They had to do the right thing and cancel. Otherwise, people are
mad now. People are mad that it's not happening.
Get out of here.
I mean, there's a thread. These various mask ordinances are happening around the country, and they're having public comments. And if you just watch some of these public comments, people are nuts. It's crazy. Masks do not lower your oxygen levels in your brain and all this stuff. We talked about it yesterday. Kane, the wrestler, he's wearing masks all day. Wrestlers wearing masks all day. Doctors, surgeons wearing surgical masks, extremely tight masks all day. They're okay. Their cognitive function, not that surgeons have been doing it for years.
I just feel like we're in an episode of Parks and Rec sometimes.
Yeah.
With the citizens of Pawnee County getting upset with some of the ordinances and just saying stuff that isn't true and that you know aren't true, and so you laugh at it when it's Pawnee and it's Parks and Rec. Those videos just irked me in a special sort of way.
Did you see people that people have mixed them up, have mashed up Parks and Rec with those videos, and it works?
No.
It works. It's.
I'm gonna have to find that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be mad, but I'm gonna have to find it.
It's out there. We'll come back. We'll talk about the bubble situation down in Florida and what it means for MLS, and our friends up the road in Nashville have had a little scare as well. As we continue here, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
It's R&R on Sports.
The word is out about R&R on Sports, where you've heard interviews from Ken Griffith Jr., Dr. J, Hank Aaron, and many, many more. R&R on Sports, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., Sports 56, 87.7, and 96.1. Don't miss us.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Embrace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC-accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Embrace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselimbembrace.com.
Dedicated our life to yours. Wolf Chase Limb and Brace.
Family Leisure's here to make staying at home more enjoyable for you and your family this summer. Complete pool packages starting at $15.99. 24-foot pools only $19.99. 4-person spas starting at $19.99. Swim spas starting at under $10,000. We are offering contactless purchasing, deliveries, and curbside pickup. Give us a call to schedule an appointment or to place an order. Stay safe with Family Leisure.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
So the bubble is not just a NBA thing. It is an MLS thing right now. The MLS is back tournament going on next week in Orlando, trying to get everything going. USL will start in a couple weeks, including Memphis 901 FC. They released their revised schedule with the group stages, and they'll open up against Birmingham in a couple of weeks. It'll be good to get them back. But they're trying this bubble thing for MLS. Only 10 of the teams have arrived there. And already you got problems. 9 FC Dallas players and 1 coach have tested positive for COVID-19. Yesterday, multiple sources confirmed reports that a member of the Columbus Crew traveling party has also tested positive. Nashville yesterday had to delay their plans to travel because members of their their parties tested positive for the virus. And Vancouver as well had to delay their plans because members of their party have also tested positive. Vancouver later clarified that the 2 Whitecaps who had tested positive subsequently tested negative. We don't know about the Nashville situation right about now. There are other teams that are trying to delay their arrival. They're trying to delay as much as they can. The MLS has dictated that they arrive today to start for next week, but some teams don't want to do that as of yet. They just kind of want to hold off, and I think you can kind of understand why. Toronto's coach, for example, said he wants his team to stay home in a controlled environment for a few more days. We'll see if the MLS allows them to do it. But another example of the issue here, and when you hear that the Clippers have had their situation thrown up in the air by a member of their traveling party testing positive for COVID yesterday. They've had to shut down their facility temporarily and get this thing squared away. So, it's good to get the positive tests before you arrive in the bubble. That is definitely a positive thing. But it's an example of just how difficult and how you got to kind of thread this needle. It's not easy.
I hope the NBA is at least staying in a good bubble because MLS is not. In addition to paying $65 for the worst ham and cheese sandwich you've ever seen in your life, in addition to the snake crawling around in the hotel on the floor in the hotel room, in addition to the shower that does not work. And by does not work, I mean you go to turn the shower on and the nozzle just comes flying off. MLS's back insider shared this tweet earlier this morning of somebody going to turn on the water in their bathroom and taking the whole handle with them.
This is Disney, right? I mean,
Peter, I thought it was. I thought this was the happiest place on earth.
Is it D-I-Z-N-E-Y? Did they go to the generic? Are we sure this is the right one? My goodness.
Yeah. So I'm following MLS COVID, MLS COVID Cup. They are sharing the behind the scenes stuff. It is tragic.
You can always count on folks to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness gracious. Live updates from the bubble, they say.
Mm-hmm.
This is incredible.
With the Firefest logo. Yes.
Hour number 3 on the way. We're going to talk to our friend Kari Thompson about the Maker situation. That is really a game changer, potentially. Very exciting, interesting news. The Maker's committing to Howard, the 5-star, going to a historically black college. That is a potential huge game changer in the recruiting world. We'll discuss that. Also, what's happening locally with teams and the sports here in the prep world. And we'll do that when we continue. Hour number 3 on the way. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Summer's here and it's time to get grilling. So let our Ace grilling experts help you choose the right grill for your family from the best brands like Big Green Egg Charcoal Grills, Traeger Wood Pellet Grills, and Weber Gas Grills. And since our stores are locally owned and we're committed to helping our neighbors, we'll also assemble and deliver your grill for free. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their grills. Offer valid for Ace Rewards members through July 13th on grills and accessories $3.99 and up. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. Do you have any idea why I never speak the way I am right now? It's because if you're honest, sincere, and knowledgeable, you do not need fast-talking, high-energy, gimmick-promising advertising to get a customer's attention. Speaking of that, how do you think companies can offer huge rebates and giveaways when you use their services or buy their products? By overcharging you in the first place, that's how. Fiveash Roofing doesn't operate that way. It's misleading and dishonest. When I provide a customer with the best products and the best service possible and do it at a fair price, why would I need gimmicks to sell it? Best products, best warranties, and best service possible. That's all we offer. Well, that and financing. Fiveash Roofing, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Farmers Insurance knows that there's a not-so-subtle difference between the sound of a car hitting your rear bumper and the sound of a clown car hitting your rear bumper.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry about that.
We call that a 3-ring fender bender, and we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent.
They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. The East Memphis Ace Hardware, located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs.
Did you see President Trump's latest tweet? He says the new book Blitz is hot and urges you to read it. Trump calls David Horowitz a great author. Get Blitz. It's already a #1 Amazon bestseller. In Blitz, David Horowitz warns about Antifa and makes stunning predictions about Trump in the coming months. They will shock you. Blitz also reveals the secret billionaires out to stop Trump. Mike Huckabee says if every American reads this book, Trump will win. Mark Levin says Blitz is indispensable. Get Blitz at bookstores or check out the free offer from Newsmax and save $28. Just call 800-NEWSMAX. That's 800-NEWSMAX. Or go to blitz411.com. Blitz411.com. And don't forget to see David Horowitz on Newsmax TV all this week. Newsmax is America's fastest-growing cable channel. Now on DirecTV, Xfinity, Dish, Spectrum, Optimum, Cox, Fios, Uverse, Suddenlink, Mediacom, WOW, and more. Just check your cable guide. And get Blitz today at bookstores or 800-NEWSMAX.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join Pete Cordelli and me for Sidelines Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 a.m. on Sports 56, 87.7, and 96.1 FM. We'll cover the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, recruiting. Hey, if they keep score, we're covering it. Check us out on the website at sports56whbq.com and sidelines.live. Sidelines is brought to you by Duncan Williams Asset Management. Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 a.m. Get up and give us a call.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Hour number 3, Funky Friday. Hope y'all are well out there. You all right there, CJ? What's going on? You got a what happened there? You got a burp?
I got a little tickle in my throat.
Uh-oh. A little curious about that. Potentially a little bit of rain. Just going to tell you right now. Let's be aware of that. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's humid enough for it to rain all the daggum time.
Yeah, it's just too humid out there. Memphis is just extremely humid. It's a humid subtropical climate. It's just not great. But that's where it is. If you've been here for any length of time, you know that this is when it starts. It's just going to be, walk outside and you're going to start sweating within about 5 minutes, I would say, or less of just being outside in general, just walking around. And Lord help you if you're doing yard work or anything else. I mean, that's even worse. So bring multiple shirts to any function. Towels are vital.
Got to have the sweat towel. It is sweat towel season.
Yeah. Changes of pants and shorts and underwear also, because you're going to get a little swamp butt. There's no question about that.
There's going to be swimming around back there.
So we don't need any part of that. So just FYI, letting everybody know. Now, excited as we do every Friday around this time, we bring on our pal Kari Thompson from The Commercial Appeal. You can follow him on Twitter at _Kari Thompson. He is covering preps, of course, for The Commercial Appeal, and we got to talk about Maker, Kari Thompson, because this is a spectacular surprise of potentially epic proportions. We talked about this, a year ago. It's been a while, but and I was saying maybe this could happen, and we always said you got to see it happen before you can believe it. Somebody's going to have to actually make this decision. Somebody's going to have to go. 5-star kid's going to have to go to an HBCU for this thing to change potentially. Well, Maker is that guy. He has committed to Howard University. Kari, your thoughts?
Well, I like that word you used, Peter, epic. When I think of this decision, the words that come to mind are epic, groundbreaking, trailblazing. I mean, I think this really could be the start of something because like you said, man, you have to see it happen. And now we have seen it happen. And let me tell you, the reason why he picked Howard, well, having him pick Howard in particular is impressive because I don't know if you've been to the Burr Gymnasium in Washington, D.C., but I've spent lots of time there, and Briarcrest probably has a bigger gym than the Burr Gym. So, he's not in it for the crowds, clearly, because he's going to Howard. He's in it for the experience, and I think that's important. I think that's something other kids should pay attention to.
Yeah, it is. It is huge, and it is important. It's something that kids should be paying attention to. Maker is going to be there for a year, maybe. Assuming that the NCAA doesn't come in and do something wacky, he'll be there for a year, and then he'll bounce and go pro. So if you're only going to be there for a year, and then you can go back out as always and finish your college education. But if you're only going to be on that college campus, getting that college experience for a year, why not make it someplace truly fun and someplace that is going to do a real good job of teaching you about your people and your people's history? And I think that is the thing that I would push and I would say to high school athletes who got pro aspirations, and in general, high school students in general, like, why not go someplace? You have your whole life to be the only one of you in a room. Why not go someplace else where you can be around like-minded people who look like you and who are striving for the same things that you're striving towards? So this is huge, and major kudos to Howard and their ability to go out there and get a maker. And we've seen we've seen small colleges. We've seen one player take over tournaments, like Steph Curry at Davidson. I feel like John Morant, another one of those. Gonzaga's not a small-time college, but you think about what Adam Morrison was able to do when he was at Gonzaga and carry their team to a deep run in the tournament. Obi Toppin was going to do it. Maker could do this for Howard, don't you think, Carr?
Yeah, I think so. But I think more important than the on-court performance is that we just have a concrete example of someone who can do it, because Maker's not going to be the only one who does this. He's going to be the first. Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of the appeal. Howard, if they were smart, probably pitched that. They were probably like, dude, you could make history. You could be the one. You could be the first 5-star since they started ranking 5 stars to do this and go here and build a new legacy. That to me, if you pitch that to a certain type of kid, I think that is appealing because his name is going to go down in the history books. Like this day here in 2020 is a big one. Like it may not feel huge to everyone right now, but we're going to look back on this 10 years from now. You'd be like, yo, Maker started something.
Wish Howard or one of the other MEAC schools would have got a recruit like this before the conference. I was
like, is there a MEAC for him to play in? This is
right. The MEAC could get a school. MEAC SWAC, routinely the worst 2 basketball conferences in America. The MEAC could get a school in the Sweet 16 this year and then fold after this season, which is wild to me.
Yeah, well, hopefully Delaware State is like the pin that's holding this all together. If they leave, they lose their football eligibility. But Delaware State has said that they're committed to staying. So my hopes are that the MEAC can hang on by a thread. But, yeah, you're right, CJ, in that it's sad to see what happened to the MEAC. Like I always like to think of the MEAC as like the black ACC. Like it's the same. It's the schools in the same footprints. It's your HBCUs that are in Virginia, in North Carolina. Got a little Florida in there. So it's the black ACC. So it's really sad to see it going the way it's going. But it's also, the SWAC has been strengthened in all of this. So that's something that we can't ignore because they've added 2 great schools. And the SWAC is the black SEC. The SWAC is the black D1 SEC. That's what it is. So, I think it's good for the SWAC, but bad for the MEAC that FAMU and Bethune are heading over there.
Maybe they could just rebrand themselves the BLACC.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, and be done with it right there. I think
HBACC.
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun right there. You could have some fun with that. Now, the idea that this is a trailblazing situation, Kari, it's interesting because Memphis had been one of the teams that was peeking in and seeing what's going on with Maker, along with Kentucky, several other teams, and the G League route was discussed as well with him. Obviously with Thon and the NBA and all that, but this now as the opportunity. We had talked about it before that if just one kid does it and it all works out fine, and assuming that everything is as there is a season and that we play and all that stuff. If Maker goes through this season and is still a top pick and is still a lottery pick and still has a great draft chance, does this not then open the door for everybody to see that this is now a proof of concept to say, hey, this didn't affect his draft status one iota, he's good to go? And I think this is potentially a whole new set of challenges for some of these coaches at a lot of these schools.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right on that, Peter. I think that, there's just a stigma, man. There's a perception that the HBCUs are less than when it comes to sports and academics too. But if Maker is a lottery pick next year, that blows the cover off of it. It's like, okay, I can go to an HBCU and still be a lottery pick, chill, do my 1 year, and be out. Like, I think that's attractive for a one and done, especially when you look at these HBCUs, and it's gonna put some eyes on Howard, because Howard's actually a great school. Like, Howard is nationally ranked. Howard is in DC. I mean, like it's got a lot of things going for it that people just aren't as aware of. And so, if I'm a high school recruit and I know that I'm in it for 1 year, 2 years tops, man, let me hang out in DC with some people that look like me.
Right.
Or let me go down to Daytona Beach for a year, what I'm saying? Or hang out in Hampton. You know what I'm saying? Just anywhere but the ski, right?
Oh,
right,
okay. All right. Careful there. This Tuskegee slander will not stand on this show, especially not on the eve of our founding, man. No. July 4th, 1980 or 1881, excuse me. Tuskegee was founded. I'm not going to deal with any Tuskegee slander today. I'm celebrating tomorrow, baby.
Who founded Tuskegee, by the way?
A man by the name of Booker T. Washington.
Where did he go?
He ended up. He went to school. He graduated from a small university in Virginia named Hampton. But he, upon graduating, he took a look around and said, "Nah, this ain't it," and went down and opened up a better college down in Tuskegee, Alabama.
He said, "I'm gonna do my own thing, huh?"
Yeah. He said, "Nah, I can't kick it in Hampton. They not doing a good enough job. I got to make it better." That's why they call Tuskegee the better version of Hampton.
Booker T, who actually has a high school named after him here in Memphis, actually walked. You can look this up. He wanted to go to Hampton so bad, he walked to Hampton Roads, Virginia, from West Virginia. It's a true story.
Yes. No, he did. We had to read his book, Up From Slavery, I do believe. We had to read the biography. Walked to college. Man.
That's dedication.
Education matters, man.
So we talk about you got to learn these things. So we talk about game changers, trailblazers, all that. We're doing that with Kari Thompson of the Commercial Appeal. He is at _ Kari Thompson. So Kari, then what the game changing situation in the world right now? Coronavirus, COVID is a problem. I don't know if I'm breaking any news there, but it's a problem. Everybody, just FYI. So be careful. I don't know if you heard about it. It's this new thing.
Heard about what now?
Yeah, it's called COVID. COVID-19. Yeah. So it's, I know. It's
okay,
crazy.
I'm gonna check into that.
So not good. You don't want any part of that. While you check into that, let me tell you, it's causing some problems for schools. And Kari, there's been some meetings and some discussions online this week about how to do the restart and what's going to happen. But with the governor pushing the state of emergency declaration back to August 29th, TSSAA not allowing any activity to happen for that time period means that football, at the very least, is going to be pushed way back, and other sports as well. What's the latest here?
So the TSSAA has proposed 3 different plans for football. And basically, Plan 1 is you play 7 regular season games and 32 teams. I think 4 teams from each region make the playoffs, and they kind of truncate it that way. So you lose your first couple games. Plan number 2, you do an 8-game regular season, and you have a shorter playoff. You have 16 teams make the playoff, like the top 2 teams from each region. Plan number 3 is you do a 9-game regular season and only take the region champs and have a very short playoff, and just let them play each other. So those are the plans that TSSAA laid out on their meeting this week. Girls soccer is obviously affected as well. And clearly, with the governor's emergency order into effect, the season is not starting until September at the earliest for football or girls soccer, because they're deemed contact sports. Basketball is also deemed a contact sport, so that might even affect when basketball tryouts can be held, depending on, because we don't know whether the governor is going to extend his order or not. You know what I'm saying? Because let's face it, the odds. I don't like our odds of having a vaccine by then, by September. So we could just be in another mode of extending it again. So there's real concern with the season being pushed back and perhaps not even having a season.
So if we doomsday scenario that the season gets pushed back to the point where you just can't have a season, what might this do for recruiting then? Like the for recruiting upcoming juniors and seniors, people who are going to be graduating, what might that do for that? How might coaches at the collegiate level be impacted, and these high school kids impacted as well?
Well, it's gonna have a big impact, CJ, because you have a lot of kids out there who are seniors who need this year to be seen and to get their shot. You know what I'm saying? There are kids out there who might not have the offers right now that might blow up and have a big senior year. There are kids out there with a few offers who could go to even bigger, more prestigious schools. And those kids legitimately might not get their chance to be seen. And then if you don't have a season and you can't see the kids, well, it's all on the coaches. It's on the coaches' word of mouth. It's who do you trust and who do you talk to? You know what I'm saying? It's old school. It's like we're calling up high school coaches here and seeing what they think, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But it's more of a reliance on trust and videotape and social media versus actually going there and watching a kid on the sideline. So, offers will still be made. Schools will still have to fill rosters. But there's a difference between talking about a kid on the phone and pulling up to a high school and going to see him.
Well, and this is where you have so many challenges because, we were seeing in professional sports and in college sports the difficulty of trying to balance safety with, wanting to have these activities and wanting to be able to do this and to have some kind of normality. And, you'll see districts around the country, Kari, doing different things. There'll be, some that'll be able to do it, some that won't. But I can't stress this enough for everybody out there. A lot of this is impacted by all of us slowing this spread down. The reason why this state of emergency had to be extended in the first place is because the case rates have gone up at such a precipitous level. And you see it around, Nashville has really had 600 cases yesterday. We had 390 some. I mean, they're going up throughout the country. In that kind of environment, you can't have normality. If we could have brought this thing back down, maybe you could. So I would urge everybody, start now. If you want it to happen, we got to start now, and we got to get these numbers down over the next month or two. Then you can start having those meetings, because if they don't, you can forget about having a season.
Correct. Look, man, I know if everything I know about Americans, I know we love to shop. So hop online, hop on Amazon, go mass shopping, get you a designer mask, get you a nice one, get you all different colors. Like, come on, let's do this. Get swag out, start matching your outfits to your mask. Like, come on, let's get it popping. I want to have a football season, guys. Can we have it? I want a football season. Wear your mask. Social distance.
I don't know. I mean, because here's the deal. China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, Australia, and the European Union combined, averaging over the last 7 days 6,760 new cases. That's a combined population of 2.6 billion people. Florida, yesterday, with 21 million, announced 10,100 cases.
Dang. And we're sending the whole NBA there.
And we're sending everyone down there. Oh.
Yeah. Sending the teams down there.
I mean, just
the Rona capital of the world.
I mean, it is just it's. I mean, I sort of run out of words at this point. Kari, you are as looking at these things and trying to figure it out. Do you think this thing's going to happen? Do you think the NBA bubble? I mean, we talked about MLS. MLS is having its problems big time already, trying to get their bubble situation squared away. And they're about a week or two ahead of where the NBA is going to be. They'll fly down next week if all goes well. They'll fly down next week into Orlando. Is this thing gonna pop off? Is it gonna happen?
Man, I mean, if you want my real answer,
I always want your real answer. Come on.
I'm not basing this on science, man. I'm basing this on the fact that For real, like if the real, because the science is what makes sense. But I'm not a science expert. I did bad in chemistry class in high school. Like I don't know these things. But like I really think that like with the whole coronavirus thing, I think that there's like a higher power trying to send a message that like, yo, the world needs to chill out for a little bit and just not do all the normal things that we do.
Oh.
But I think that our culture.
This is what happens when Kyrie plays for the Celtics. This is the kind of stuff that starts happening.
That third eye's been activated.
I'm gonna start calling him Kyrie Thompson joining us.
Man, yeah. I mean, we're so
go on, Kyrie. Tell us about the world. Is it flat or what are we doing here? What do we got?
No, hey, we're so money driven that it's not because it's safe to play that we're going down to the NBA and playing basketball games. It's because we're losing money. And when you look at it that way,
speak on it.
I don't think that there's speak on it. I don't think that there's, I don't think that, if you approach it that way, I don't think, it's going to turn out the way you want it to turn out to.
That's
not
right.
by acting out of financial gain versus safety. So that's just it applies to everything. It applies to high school football. It applies to college. It applies to sports at all levels. That's really what I think is that, this Rona is nothing to play around with, and yet we're still trying to be out here playing games.
And ironically, us playing games means we're not going to be able to play games.
Exactly.
Quote that famous philosopher: "Stop playing games, yo."
Kyrie Thompson joining us every Friday for more of his philosophical insights. This is real. Emphasis on the real.
This is
on the real sports talk. That's where it is right now. Well, I hope we have more enjoyable things for you to write about soon, Kyrie. But in the meantime, I would appreciate if you could maybe see if you can convince the folks at Commercial Appeal to let you do editorial every now and then, because I think the people, you have some thoughts I think people would like to enjoy.
Appreciate that, Peter, man. Yeah, let me holler at them real quick.
Columnist / perhaps writing. All right, man. Have a good one.
Thanks, Car.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
All right. Kyrie. I think it's going to stick. I like that.
Yes.
Opening that third eye for everybody.
Yeah.
I just had to when he says, let's talk about the higher power once. Whoa,
boom, right there. Anytime anybody mentions the higher power,
here we go.
Perk up a little bit. Like,
now
okay,
it's
where's
time.
this going?
Now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere. This is the real.
The real.
Y'all probably can't handle that. Y'all probably can't handle.
That's what we give you.
Sometimes you learn things.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Life is funny, man. Open that third eye. Open your ears. Open your heart. You never know what you're going to find.
Especially with that third eye. It takes you
talking
to
to you, Zach.
Far out places.
Talking to you, Zach.
Oh, to open the heart thing.
Mm-hmm. Open that third eye. Open that third hand. Start texting somebody. Whatever you got to do. Make it happen. Come on, man. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll spin that wheel of conversation. We'll bask in the fact that Mike Gundy's been reviewed and is not racist. So that's good news, everybody. We'll do all that when we continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Want to get your voice heard? Hit us up on the First Bank phone line or First Bank text line.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. Can anyone explain to me why anyone would care how I measure your roof? We have all heard about measuring your roof from outer space. Well, to be honest, there are aerial pictures that are taken every 4 years that can be used to measure a building, but it's not from outer space. Besides, no one, and I mean no one, can tell you what's wrong with your roof or even if you need one by using pictures that might be 4 years old. If you would rather do business with a family-owned and operated business with a lifelong tie to Memphis that refuses to mislead or use gimmicks, please give me a call. Best products, best warranties, and the best customer service we know how to provide. Fiveash Roofing, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Family Leisure's here to make staying at home more enjoyable for you and your family this summer. Complete pool packages starting at $15.99. 24-foot pools only $19.99. 4-person spas starting at $19.99. Swim spas starting at under $10,000. We are offering contactless purchasing, deliveries, and curbside pickup. Give us a call to schedule an appointment or to place an order. Stay safe with Family Leisure.
Summertime and the living is easy. No more cutting or paying utilities. Literally, you guys, Town Village Audubon Park, nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, theme dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurts. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
It's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair.
One child grows up to be somebody that just loves to learn.
Lafayette College has notified Navy that its football program will not make the trip to Annapolis for the September 12th game. So another game canceled.
We're going to see more.
So those of you that had tickets to Navy Lafayette, you're going to have to find a different way to do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's going to happen.
Well, it's not going to happen.
I'm talking about games getting canceled.
Oh, that is going to happen.
Right now, it's Navy Lafayette. And you're like, okay. Not that big a deal. Oregon, Ohio State. That's a good game. That's the game we look for.
Mm-hmm.
We look forward to. And if that happens, that would be a much bigger deal than this. Just get ready.
Oklahoma State, internal statement, internal review. Found that Mike Gundy needs to invest more time in building stronger relationships with his student athletes. However, the review has uncovered no signs or indication of racism. After meeting with Coach Gundy, I'm confident that he listened to his student athletes. I believe he is genuine in his commitment to strengthening relationships with his players. I believe this to be a win for everyone. I'm looking forward to seeing the impact this will have on our team. Interesting that they did not mention in the review that his contract has been reduced by a year and his money has been reduced as well. But that is also part of this. So that maybe not a win-win for everyone, maybe a little more of a loss for him in that sense. But good news, CJ. He's been cleared of racism.
Oh, thank goodness. Where's this racism council at so we can send a couple more people through?
A couple of older white gentlemen were doing
Oh, is that who's on the racism council?
I don't know that the players were on the racism council on this one.
Or anybody black? Or anybody non-white?
Non-white,
non-old, non-white? Man.
Does not appear that way, but
okay. So it was a council on racism full of white old dudes,
yeah,
and
but,
they
and
decided
the review has uncovered no signs or indication
that
racism.
the white, slightly younger maybe dude was not racist or is not racist. Cool, that's dope.
Who knows better about racism?
Well, I mean, hey,
than those guys.
Yeah. They would know. They would certainly know.
They would know. Who knows more about being racist? You know?
They would know.
Well, you get the experts, right?
It's like a council of foxes looking at a fox who just got in the hen house and be like, no, that's not a fox.
No,
he's
fine. He was doing nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
He's good. No, that's fine. That's
a couple of chickens came up missing. Hey, that could have been anything.
That perfectly adequate, normal behavior. That's just an unfortunate part of life. He needs to establish better relationships with the hens.
Yes.
He needs to listen to the hen needs more and have more of a discussion. We look forward to those discussions that they will have with each other. So, yeah. So everything's good.
Okay. Boy, amazing the progress that can happen or the willingness to listen. Amazing where that willingness comes from when your feet are held to the fire. When you're potentially losing if we didn't value quarterbacks the way that we do, you would be potentially losing the Heisman Trophy front runner. Amazing what happens at a school that is only 4% black when that guy sends a tweet and says, yo, I'm not rocking with this. Amazing. Now we've got racism councils led by old white dudes.
Yes.
We've got years taken off contracts.
Yes.
We've got money being taken away as well. Like that is how you begin to elicit some sort of change in the culture at your program.
Yes. I think again they've done it. They nailed it. Let's see.
I'm surprised he's not going to have to go to any like museums. Surprised they're not going to go the Mississippi State route. Like, hey, go check out these museums. This will fix you. This will get you right.
I mean, he's not that far from D.C., is he?
I mean, he's pretty far from D.C. It's not that. Oklahoma. I mean, Stillwater is.
What's in D.C.?
The African American Museum.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Zach, he's really far from D.C.
Oh, okay.
Oklahoma is?
Yeah,
they've got to have a museum in Oklahoma.
Is he spending time learning history with a bunch of statues? Just out of curiosity, I wonder how he.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Where he's gotten his history from those statues.
That's a good question.
Because again, that's where so many folks are getting their history from. You can all remember the field trips we took as kids to the various statues around our places where we lived. The statue trip, we called it.
Oh.
And if the statues are gone again, then history would have to, of course, be canceled, as we all know. So good news though. So we can clear Mike Gundy and we're just move on to the next thing. The next thing, wheel of conversation.
Hot diggity dog.
Take the is Mike Gundy racist thing off of there because
the answer is
we
no.
solved it. The answer is an emphatic no. So good news to all black folks out there. This guy.
It's on up and up. Not racist.
Yep.
Here we go. Hey, while the wheel is spinning, by the way, everybody, it's never too early to start thinking about breakfast. Sunrise got you covered.
Frankly, it's late to start thinking about breakfast.
You can eat breakfast all the time. Brenner, brunch, like never too early. Never too late to start thinking about breakfast. Go check them out, 670 Jefferson. They've got great casseroles. They've got great biscuits. They've got great, as we get a little backspin, great meals in general. They do a delicious barbecue omelet. I love the blueberry casserole that they have available. It's good-sized portions, really good food. They deliver. They bring it out to you curbside. Go ahead and get something for breakfast right now. Call it in, order it, go pick it up. It is delightful. That is Sunrise, Memphis, 670 Jefferson. All right. Ooh. Okay. This has never happened before.
What?
I put this topic on there today, and it landed on it. We're going to create our own Pokemon.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay, good.
Create your own Pokemon.
All right.
Had this conversation with the wife. So this conversation crept onto the wheel after I went, give my wife, trying to hold her hand. She's like, no, your hand is too hot. I go to give her a kiss. I got the little scruffle stuff going on. She's like, no, you got porcupine beard. Don't touch me. You're like a flaming porcupine. You're like, that would be a good Pokemon, by the way, a flaming porcupine. I was like,
right,
shoot.
Right, yeah.
Oh, wait a second, it would. Then it got me to wondering, like, okay, how will we build our Pokemon? Because Pokemon are usually animals or some sort of thing, some sort of noun, swords or shields or trees or something like that, other type plants, rats in the case of Pikachu and stuff, a squirrel, turtle hybrid in the case of Squirtle. Yep. Yeah. So, like, how would you build your Pokemon? What type would it be? What special ability would it have? And then what would it look like?
Well, fortunately for you, I have this conversation often with my son.
Okay.
He loves Pokemon and likes to create his own Pokemon. So he's already created Warbeetle, a combination of Wartortle and Orbeetle, where it's a sort of a dragon looking, and he has it riding a horse. It's a dragon looking beetle, giant beetle that looks like a UFO with wings, and it's pretty great. So we've already had plenty of these conversations.
Okay.
Just FYI. So I can go first here. My Pokemon is very simple, and it's wonderful, and it's great, and it's going to be hard to beat. Drippo.
Okay.
Drippo, the dragon hippo. Drippo is going to be.
I like that.
Yeah, Drippo is a giant winged hippopotamus with a. It's got the traditional hippo mouth, but it's going to have dragon wings and ears and a tail. It's also going to be wearing the latest fashion because it is going to be dripped out, as we say. So Drippo in multiple different contexts. Drippo will be the fashionably elegant dragon hippo who can also destroy you.
Okay. Nice. Zach's still thinking. I'm going to go Beepster, Phone Tick, Flip Phone Tick. I got the evolutions. These are going to be Beepster, and it's going to look like a pager, like a beeper, old school, okay. So it's going to be electric and ground. So I got electric and ground Pokemon, and then it will evolve into the Phone Tick, where it will be the cord phone, the cord phone, just the phone part though. So maybe the cord will be the little tail, but that will be it. And then the Flip Phone Tick will be, of course, a flip phone looking Pokemon, electric ground. And I think that I will allow it to have some sort of special ability to call for assistance sometimes. So if it gets below, because you can use U-turn, one move, bow, hit him with it, and then you can move that Pokemon out. I think that with the Beepster and the Phone Tick and the Flip Phone Tick, I will do something similar with that. But they just have that ability to where when they get below a certain level, a certain HP health setting, it's like, yo, do you want to take it out right now and call for assistance, call for help? I think that would be what I do with those.
So it's Beepster. What are the
Beepster, Phone Tick, Flip Phone Tick.
Okay. All right. Drippo's gonna have to evolve into Drizippo.
Okay.
Basically,
a little izzle on there.
Like a little purple hat with a feather on top. just one quick little move. Drizippo. Drizippo's gonna be amazing. So I'm excited about this. I'm
gonna have to get on Pokemon. By the way, I got the updated sword finally.
Oh, you do?
So I'm gonna get on it this weekend. Yeah. Plan on taking a couple hours. 5, 6, 7, 8. Who knows?
A couple, just a couple, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Zach, do you have one?
I think y'all got me beat here because I have no idea what to think of.
What you mean you don't know? Have no idea. You know what Pokemon are?
Yeah.
Okay, so just be creative. First thing you see in the room is what?
I don't know.
Do you see? This is my man.
What, a computer screen? Because Rotom is the thing. Like, he's plasma.
Rotom is a thing. Yes.
Yeah.
So what's something else?
I don't know.
What's your favorite animal?
I don't have one.
What's your least favorite animal?
I don't know.
What is a animal at all?
I say a dolphin.
Dolphin. Okay, here we go. A dolphin. Favorite element: earth, wind, fire.
Oh, I think he's got Kale Lord to me.
Okay, I like Kale Lord.
He's
just a bushel of kale.
Yes, a giant bushel of kale that attacks various grass type attacks.
Grass and ghost. I think it'd be a nice combination.
Yeah. Yeah. I think these are all Scarrot, I think would be great. Like the scary carrot.
Another grass and ghost.
So I mean, there's plenty of other.
He was working there. He was getting there though.
Salamander. A salamander made a salad.
Okay.
A salad-mander, that's even better. Salad-mander.
Really what that is, salad-mander is Charmander, but with a grass Charmander.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, he's a dinosaur.
Are dinosaurs made of grass?
No, but
he's literally grass.
Yeah.
All right. So in any event, we'll get you there. But these are just some ideas.
I was gonna go with dolphin because it's water type. That's easy. And then
but what would the name be? It can't just be dolphin. They aren't just animals.
I never like the names and stuff that like it don't hit me. Like the types and stuff I can get you to the type. It's just the names. It's like that's the part that needs to be created.
We can go Rockfin.
How about Narnia?
There it is. Stop it. There it is. Bow. Text it in. Grizzlies' new inbounds play. Nernava.
There it is.
Nernava. The fire type. Fire type guitar. Nernava.
The sea Pokemon. Nernava is a water type.
How about the isolation Pokemon where you don't talk to anyone and you don't text anyone? What about that type? The silent type.
The one that attacks once every 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, the one that attacks once every 2. The one that just does dig and then stays on the ground for like 15 moves and
then it comes up.
It comes up once and then like, hey, what's up?
For a little tap and it goes right back down.
Yeah, that's right. Fights take like months to get anything done. No action whatsoever.
None.
That's right. How about Shelibit, the clam Pokemon that's not getting any action? Who's just in his shell for quite a while.
There's already a clam Pokemon though.
Well, this is a different.
We already got Shelder.
Yeah, but this is Shelibit. This is different.
Oh, okay. I like Shelibit. I see what you did there also.
Just some options. I don't know. Just some different ways of thinking.
Is it a combination like Slowbro and
very Slowbro?
Yeah, Clamor and Slowbro to turn into the Slow King.
Slow King.
Slow King.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
But there's only one of those. Because wouldn't be Shelibit if you was making multiples.
That's right. Exactly right. You only get the one.
You only got the one. That's a legendary Pokemon.
It's rare, man.
It's very, very difficult to find.
Won't be no eggs.
No.
You can't get no eggs from that one.
You can't. No, don't take that to the nursery and don't expect anything.
No.
That's for sure. All right. Let's. You think about it. Send those in 67129 if you want to come up with your own Pokemon. For any of us or for yourself here in the Family Leisure Studios. We'll do that when we continue here. Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Check out Dave Woloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time on Sports 56. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 96.1 FM and 87.7 FM.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength. What we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shop's 4th of July sale from July 3rd to July 6th. Get a 50% bonus trade-in towards all inline TaylorMade Cobra and Callaway golf clubs. Restock your wardrobe with 25% off all closeout apparel. And save big on all stand bags, now 15% off. Edwin Watts Golf Shop's 4th of July sale with huge savings in every department. Happening July 3rd through the 6th. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Selection may vary. See store for details.
Napa know-how.
Right now, get 5 quarts of Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil plus a Platinum Oil filter for just $22.98. Why does synthetic motor oil give your engine superior lubrication and protection? Because science. That's why. Pick up 5 quarts of Napa Full Synthetic plus a Platinum Oil filter for just $22.98. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General States pricing. Sales price does not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 7/31/20.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Start your day at Sunrise Memphis. Located in Midtown, enjoy delicious biscuit sandwiches and all their menu has to offer with quick and easy to-go and delivery options. Whether it's breakfast, brunch, or lunch, don't distance yourself from great food. For more information on Sunrise Memphis, visit sunrise901.com or call 901-552-3144 to place your order. Stay healthy and eat Sunrise Memphis today.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurts. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
How much bounce? How much can you handle? Even more. We judge the amount of bounce on an ounce by ounce basis, and we demand more bounce to the ounce. I think that's important. That's how you got to measure these things. You can't just measure the overall bounce. You got to measure on a
bounce per
ounce, per capita basis.
Yes.
Yeah, on a per ounce bounce basis. That's vital for any of this. That's what we're talking about. You mentioned, I know you got this is being the 4th of July weekend. I know today, big doings. Hamilton is out.
Oh
on
yeah.
Disney Plus.
Oh yeah. Yes, it is. Date night.
I still haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
I've heard it. I've heard the soundtrack, but I've not seen it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a wealthy man. I do the best I can, but it's a little pricey to get to Hamilton. So I'll let all the rich folks can handle that, but I can't afford Disney Plus.
Oh, talking about the $9.99 for Disney. I thought you were talking about the $999 gajillion it costs to see to play live in person.
No, that's what I'm saying. I have not seen it.
Okay.
I cannot afford that. I can, however, afford Disney Plus.
Got you.
So I can watch it. I can watch it starting tonight, as a matter of fact. So or today.
Right now. As soon as the show ends, you can watch it if you want to. We're doing date night. We hadn't done a date night since the pandemic, honestly. So we are going to put on our fancy clothes and we are going to sit upright. We're not going to sprawl about like the giant otters and walruses that we are, and we're going to sit there in our play clothes and watch this play. Get some good food, and watch it pop off.
For real play clothes?
Yeah, like I don't know. I might
like a
throw
suit.
I might throw on a jacket. I might. It's definitely gonna be a button down. It might be a shirt and tie combination. I got a couple of vests I want to wear. I'm breaking out the good shoes, the good clothes. I'm putting on actual pants.
It feels like it's gonna be hot.
I mean, I'm inside though, Peter. You know, it's always cooler in the theater.
I know, but it still feels like it's gonna be hot even inside. Like no.
Oh, okay.
Plus, especially for you, because you're Mr. Winnie the Pooh. You like to.
I do. But Peter, check this out. I've been getting my Winnie the Pooh on.
Okay.
One thing you need to know about me, your boy gets his Winnie the Pooh on. All right.
If any of you were worried about that,
don't be. If we had cameras in our house, you guys would marvel at how often you see your boy with just the shirt on, just Winnie the Poohing it up, getting after it.
In that context, I don't want to know what getting after it means.
I mean, just doing stuff. Just going to the fridge, grabbing a drink, maybe grabbing some chips. You know, loading and unloading the dishwasher. We talked about that before. No, actually loading and unloading the dishwasher. That's not what we're calling that. At least not to my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
At least not to my knowledge. I don't know.
Wondered about that. I don't. We mentioned that before. There's just you absolutely. That's why I cannot eat any of your china or silverware, any of that stuff, because my fear is that you've unloaded the dishwasher while not wearing pants, and I don't want any part of that. So I can't. No, I can't do that. Just from a germ standpoint, I gotta bring my own. I gotta bring my own stuff over to your house because I can't risk that. I can't take that risk.
Okay. That's fine. Listen,
nobody needs. For
the Juneteenth celebration, I didn't prepare anything. I just grabbed the food from the restaurants. They frown on Winnie the Poohing in public.
Yes. They have statutes against that.
Yes. So I didn't
wear
get
your
my
mask
Winnie the
and
Pooh
wear
on.
some pants.
Yes,
also.
please.
Wear some underwear at the very least. Shorts.
Texter texts in. Hey guys, I've been lucky enough to see Hamilton twice, and it's awesome. Try to listen to the soundtrack if possible before watching the show. It helps follow the story better.
Yeah, I've listened to soundtrack's great.
Okay.
I mean, I'm into that, but I want to see the whole thing unfold, and I'm excited about finally getting a chance to do that. Good job, everybody, to move that up. They weren't going to do that for like a year or two, and they moved it up because of all the nonsense that's going on in the world. Do you have any? You firing off any fireworks the weekend? You got the
No. I am not going to be firing off any fireworks. I will be celebrating Tuskegee's anniversary. The founding of Tuskegee is tomorrow, 1881. I'll be doing that by donating some money to my alma mater and encouraging my classmates and other Tuskegee alumni to do the same. That's all I've got this weekend. What y'all got popping off?
Not a whole lot. I'll be honest with you. The fireworks situation. I like to hopefully figure out a way to get the kids. Shoot off some firecrackers and wave around fire swords and.
Wait, what?
You ever seen the fire swords?
No.
Yeah. It's kind of like a glorified sparkler, kind of thing. It's got lots of shooting off. It's quite fun.
Have you gotten your supplies yet?
Not yet. No,
okay.
No, we have to take care of that soon. But we'll find a way. It's not legal to set them off in Shelby County. So we would not do that.
Okay. Good.
As you know, I'm a law-abiding citizen. So I want to make that very clear right up front. I don't advocate for it, nor would I ever do it. Nor has it ever happened where, someone may have set off fireworks and may have landed on the roof of an apartment complex and nearly may have set it on fire. And that's never happened to me. So that's good news.
Fireworks story. Was at Green Hills Mall. While I was with these people, I don't know, I was just excited they finally invited me to hang out.
Right?
Yeah, up in Nashville. Went up there, went to the top of the parking garage and set off fireworks for the 4th of July. One of the fireworks was a bottle rocket. It landed in the middle of the street, and that's a pretty busy street. It's like, oh my gosh, this is going to go off of underneath somebody's car. What are we going to do? It didn't, thankfully. It shot off right before a car drove over it, causing the car to skirt and swerve a little bit. Went straight to the Walgreens parking lot. I was like, oh, thank gosh, it's going to pop over there. No, it went straight to the door And so some lady walks out, hands full, and bow, right in the face as firework goes off. They come running outside, and not to make light of a situation, but you remember how Jesse and them was pointing? Mm-hmm. They were pointing like that towards us. Had to get out of there quickly.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Is what you're saying.
Don't do that.
That's a big no.
That's terrible.
Don't do that. Be safe. Fireworks safety, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I thought last year we were down at the beach, and man, that was like a war zone. People, I don't know what they're doing at the beaches this year, but the Jacksonville area beach, I was there last year. No one had any precautions of any sort. I mean, people just fire. It was wild. It was a legit wild scene. Crazy stuff. Everybody, please be safe. We want to see you guys back with us on Monday. Coming up next, it is middays. Y'all have a good 4th.